Man, heck over here in Ontario, Canada. Are you experiencing the same thing, Ben?
Dude, I'm melting over here.
Bro.
Thankfully, I have a basement, or else I'd be toast. I
There's
wouldn't
not
even be
enough.
on the show.
There's not enough ice caps in this country to cool me off.
What are they called? The Tim Biebs?
Tim Beeves. Oh, yeah, I hate to hear. But it's a big week this week. Sean, you're going to Comic Con, man. San Diego Comic Con.
Heck yeah, I am. And speaking of hot, it was 91 degrees today here, so being hot,
Wow.
sweaty. Hey, okay. Being
It's
hot
so
and
funny
sweaty.
to hear them talk about heat.
No, it will get to in the hundreds and stuff like that in like next month or so where I live. But 91 degrees, humid, around 200,000 nerds at Comic-Con is always a fun time. But I am looking forward to
You're
it.
not wrong.
7 more degrees, you would have been part of the boy band. 98 degrees.
Wow.
You're gonna be wearing your leathery spandex.
That's all I'm wearing: leathery
all
spandex,
I'm
nothing else. Yeah, head to toe.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there. We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
He's got a billion toys.
You brought in the doll collection.
These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
Should we lock in the artillery power?
This is the true form of floor gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Ben.
Wow, welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. This weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right. We want to thank our friends over at 1/6 Corner for sponsoring this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. Don't forget to use code CW10, that's capital C, capital W, 10 during our live recording for 10% off all in-stock items. Make sure you go to 16corner.com and check it out.
We have a great show planned for you guys tonight. We have a lot of hot toys to talk about, a lot of news to talk about, some new features to try out. Before we get into it, let's kick it off with the world's favorite podcast segment.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Yes.
It's new this week.
Wow. Zach, you know what to do?
Some
with this
Dean
I know what to do, Dean.
Some Dean love.
A super chat. $20 for me. Wow.
Well, here for some Dean the Dream, not here's money for Dean the Dream.
No. I'm pretty sure he meant for me. Thank you. I got another super chat from Lane Kramer. Feel free to mention to what I said last
Jesus, what were they doing last night?
Yeah,
remember
what the hell?
after the show
yeah.
we got
How about Tina's comment?
Oh.
Is someone really named Jonathan?
Hey man,
Jonathan Usby.
Jonathan Usby. That's how you do it.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Lane. Obviously, we got to test out our new soundboard today, which is very fun. So we'll be having fun with that tonight. We get some super chats. Maybe we have some funny moments with it, and it'll probably be annoying. So I apologize in advance. But Dean, what did you get into this week?
Yeah, so you and I got to hang out for a little bit on Saturday and go to Stevens Collectibles for his sidewalk sale.
I'm going back this Saturday. I can't wait.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
Okay, let's meet up.
And I picked up the Umbro Trooper, the 3.75 inch vintage collection on the card. Super cool. I should have got a second one because I want to keep this one in the box. So hopefully he has some left on Saturday. And then I picked up this really terrible Grief Karga Black Series. It's just not a great figure. I thought maybe it would be just because, Grief Karga is a pretty cool character, but it's just not well executed.
Is it giving you grief?
It's giving me grief, bro. It's just like the likeness is just terrible, and the cape is like it doesn't stay where it should. It's just not great.
You hate to hear it.
And then I got a mini statue of one of my anime waifus. But I'm expecting some more, so I'll go over those when I get them all. But yeah, I think that was all I got. What about you guys?
Real quick, we got Toy Mafia in the chat, Tukatri, 123 Thor, 123 Gaming. Can't believe it's already been a week, but I'm glad it's Tuesday. Zach, hope you're feeling better. Thank you so much. I feel great. Nicolia, the Great and Powerful, looking forward to the show. My Prince Zorbo shirt is on the way. DJ says,
Hell yeah.
body is ready. Chris V, Mark Pearson in the chat, caffeinated coffee fan. Mark Pearson says it's the caffeine. Equan says, where is Zorbo from Planet Yup Yup? Dude, Zorbo's probably the greatest thing that's ever happened to this channel, if I'm being honest. Yomo says, made it at the start this time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pablo Meza, KJ Smith, Sam Gist, Scott Bradley, Filthy Yoda, Bob Dylan, Robin Bowman, Nicholas C., bunch of angels in the chat. Of course, Tina, St. Cruz, Paul Schreiber, Lane Kramer, bunch of angels. John, do you want to talk about what Lane had for us before we talk about your new this week?
Yeah, Lane, the sweetest angel that he is going to be giving us. He donated he did an unboxing yesterday. He donated a 3-0 Optimus Prime figure, an absolute angel. So he donated it to the channel, and he wants us to do a giveaway with it. So one of our sweet angels, our viewers, is going to be able to win that Optimus, which is going to be super exciting. No.
That's awesome.
No.
We said it at the same time.
Shut down.
Let me pull up the Optimus that it was.
Sounds good. Yeah, 3-0.
Revenge of the Fallen Optimus.
That's it. Yep.
DLX, lots of diecast.
Beautiful
It was
figure.
actually the one that he unboxed yesterday is what we're giving away.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he wanted to help us celebrate 2,000 subscribers. So that's going to be... I think we're going to do it on the first unboxing after we hit that milestone, and John's going to work on getting up a video. I think you guys can comment there, and we're kind of dotting the I's and crossing the T's, but it'll be given away very soon. And it's like almost like a $230 figure, so it's definitely an awesome prize and definitely super generous.
Amazing gesture. Yeah, thank you.
Amazing.
That's awesome. Thanks, Lane.
What'd you get new this week, John?
It's been like what? A year and a half, man. I haven't gone a statue in a crap load of time. Picked up the Legendary Beast Studio 3rd scale Thor, sculpted by Franco Carlissimo. LBS is coming out with their new 3rd scale line that I really want to get into, so this came up on my radar. Haven't opened it yet, so this Friday on Club, we're gonna try to do a live unboxing. This is 3rd scale, and I'm going to try my best to try to unbox it because it was very difficult. I was helping the guy put the statue back in the box, and he needed 2 people. So we're going to see if the triceps are built enough.
You got those
like
guns,
Danny's.
bro. Yo, Danny's got a grip.
Yeah, you got to fly Danny out to help you, dude, with his...
Just to get that base out alone? Fuck.
What's this thing weigh?
81 pounds.
Fuck. And do you have like a place to put it long
Not
term, or is it going
yet. That's the other. Well, no, that's the thing. When I set it up, it needs to stay where it's going because I don't want to play with this back and forth.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to try to play around the next 3 days and try to get a setup here where it's going to stay.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Now that'll be when Club starts. It'll be within Club, or is this going to be its own?
It's going to be within
video?
Club. I think it's going to be
cool.
The way we open up Club.
You got to have a water bottle ready. Have breather. Have someone take over because, dude, you're going to be sweating after the unboxing.
It's going to be. We're gonna make it fun.
That's fantastic. So definitely tune in 10 o'clock Friday for that. It's going to be very cool. Useby, what did you get?
Yeah, I got a couple of cool things and different. The Lego Ideas International Space Station is the one that I've wanted for a while. It's going to retire soon. Just hadn't gotten around to get it, nor the Discovery Space Shuttle as well. I saw a deal pop up. It was like 25% off, and I had some Target points or whatever, so I got it like out the door for $45 or so. So yeah, awesome. I love the idea sets. I love the space set. So it's going to be super fun. Then the other thing here, the Mezco 112 Wolverine Deluxe set in the tin. This thing's amazing. I'm sure Dylan's going to talk about it more in small talk, but it is it's got like 4 head sculpts, crazy cool light up, Sentinel base, different effects for blade swipes, etc. So super duper complete Wolverine set. So yeah, those are what I got.
Wolverine's like your guy too.
Yeah, my son's name's Logan, so he's my guy.
You ever thought about cosplaying as Wolverine? I think you'd be pretty good at it.
Let me get a little bit less chungus, and then I'll think about cosplaying in some yellow tights. But no, yeah, 100%.
How tall are you?
Cosplay. Like 5'11".
Oh, you're too tall.
I don't know.
No, Hugh Jackman's like 5'10".
Need to see it.
Yeah, but Logan is like, I think in the
5'4".
comics.
Yeah, but just imagine usually with the little gelled up thing.
I would love to see it.
In the nude though, I'm talking Weapon XXX, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh,
what were you
100%.
guys talking about?
That's what I was. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
I wouldn't mind. I would not mind.
Hell yeah.
Have you built the Lego yet or no?
No, not yet. I just got it in yesterday, and I've been getting ready for Comic-Con mode, so not yet, but I'll build it very soon.
Copy that. Toy Quest says, "What up, boys? Just stopping in to say hi. Yeah, guys, smash that like button if you're here. John, do we have a hashtag we want people to use just for tonight?
For the hashtag.
Kick things off.
Shonatan.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Shauna what?
Hashtag Prince Zorbo.
Shonatan.
Jonathan, but yeah.
Drop a hashtag Prince Zorbo in the chat.
Maybe just
I know
hashtag
you know.
Zorbo. Prince is, it's a lot to type. I don't know. Whatever he's
Well,
there you go.
I mean, he's royalty. You got to respect the title. Ben, what did you get into this week?
Jeez, I've been like sliding down this slippery slope of animated series figures, and I was at the Red Skull Comics again the other day, and I kept like eyeing these guys up in my toy tour, and I said screw it and just pulled the trigger. Now these are the new adventures, so it's not officially like the old school animated series. It's kind of like the next generation, which is why they look a little different. The artistic style is a little different, but I'm digging them for sure. I posted a video on the Riddler last night. I'm kind of working on one for Ivy today. And they are beautiful little kind of 6-inch figures. So I 100% recommend them. If you guys are trying to build an animated series collection, take a look for these guys for sure. But those Mondo toys are also kind of screaming at me. The 6 scale that's coming, I know we'll cover that a bit later. But
if you don't, bro, fake fan.
Fake fan. You're not wrong.
Are you gonna get the Batmobile that I showed you?
Yes, I think so. So I actually got a lead on it on
dude.
Facebook Marketplace here. The guy's selling it for I think $80, which is a pretty awesome deal. It's
Why have you not picked it up
everything.
already? What the?
So, well, the guy, he's like, I live with my grandma. I'm just trying to get it sold here, blah blah blah. So I've asked for a couple more pictures, and if he verifies it, I'm 100% picking it up. So I'll keep you guys posted on that one because that'll definitely be a cool new this week. So
That's like what, $50 USD?
yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Jesus.
Where I think it's going like normally right now for like 120 to 150 Canadian.
It's about
somewhere
$200
in there. So
US.
$200, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
crazy, and I mean like that's 6 scale pricing, right? So, but yeah, my brother Jacob in the chat there, 123 Thor Gaming or I123, yeah, totally YOLO, buddy, 100%. So
Is that your actual brother?
Yeah, it's my brother.
There's
he's
2
in
of you out
Ontario,
there?
So. There's a couple of us.
Dean, check private chat, please. You also got some comics, Ben. What'd you get?
Oh, these are cool.
Yeah, so I was Shauna took me to like a thrift store the other day, and we were touring through, and there was like this little kind of hidden rack, and I decided to kind of go exploring. And at first, honestly, I saw Barbie comics, so I wasn't too impressed by that. And then I flipped through them, and the Web of Spider-Man was on there, as well as this Thor. And I thought Love and Thunder was kind of maybe just like a more of a made up title for the film that had just released, and this is Blood and Thunder, which I thought was kind of cool. But the Spider-Man one really caught my eye because some of like the iconic characters that are just in the cover, they look wicked. And I got each one for $2.
Wow.
So,
yeah, it's a 25th anniversary that they did. They did multiple covers like that with that band
really,
around.
really
So
cool.
that's cool. Man.
Really cool.
I like
Enjoying it. So cool read too. So trying not to break the spine. I've got Danny in my mind every time I touch a
Bag and
comic
board.
spine. So.
Bag and board, bro. What are you doing?
You read these?
I did.
Oh
hey, I got it for $2 out of a thrift store.
You animal.
Guys,
Terrible. You hate to
Absolute
see it.
animal.
get him off the show.
Get him off. He doesn't know anything about comics.
I had a really good week. I got the Mafex Hush Batman. It's an interesting figure. The cape is... I love the cape and I hate the cape. It's a lot of cape to deal with. And there's wires in it, and it's just too much cape. To
It
be
seems
honest.
like it's very thick.
It's not. It's just so much. Like, it's probably like 5 times the amount of cape you would think it's supposed to have. It's too much, right? I also picked up my birthday gift. This was at Steven's Collectibles this weekend. This wasn't a part of the sidewalk sale, but I had paid it off, and it's the premium format Mando with Grogu, and I love it so much. Like, we unboxed it last night, blown away by it, and it's just one of those pieces that I've been initially I wasn't too hyped on it, and then I kind of started getting interested in it. But I'm really glad I got it, and you know, it's good. It's great to support the local mom and pops, and you know, didn't have to deal with paying $60-$70 shipping on it. So really happy with it, and it was a gift from Victoria for my birthday, and I'm just thrilled with it. I also picked up the TVC Umbra Arc Operative. This is the one that Dean picked up. Mine's obviously out of package, and it is honestly, like, I can't stop playing with it. It's just so posable. The portrait, I think, looks really good for being 3 3/4 scale. I think the paint's really well done. The armor's painted super well. Minus a few spots. It's yellow on black, so some of the paint's just a little bit too thin for my taste. But honestly, just everything about this figure is super awesome. I definitely plan to pick up a few more when I go back to Stevens this week and make a little squad of them. Because it's the CW ARC Trooper, and it's just fucking awesome. But yeah, definitely really happy with what I picked up this week, and enough about that. Let's get into news. We'll start with Hot Toys Obi-Wan. This one's $2.95, releasing October 2023 to March 2024. I think there's a lot of neat things about this figure. It's part of the DX line, which I honestly don't. I think Ben said this, or maybe it was Marco last week, but what even are DXs anymore? Because he doesn't come with really almost anything. You get the high ground diorama, which is admittedly pretty neat. It has like a floating effect on it. It does look pretty good. It is very small, the base. Just looking at the photos here on the right, you can see there's really barely any space for the figure itself to be on the base, which is the problem with the Azimuth Crown Gandalf. There's just so much cool shit on the base that when you actually put the figure in, it just kind of hinders what you can do. But yeah, this figure, the portrait I don't think looks super great, and some of the photos we'll show later, I think it looks maybe a little better. So I don't know which we should be going off of. It does have a special edition bonus. You can get the box with Anakin's lightsaber hilt, which I think is neat. But honestly, just looking at it, you get the lightsaber, Lola, a communicator, and a blaster, and then the topper for the floating effect. I just don't honestly understand how this is a DX when you're not really getting that many things. It does have that LED light-up saber, which is powered by USB, so a little bit of innovation there, but honestly, this seems like just a regular figure. To me, there's really nothing special about this that would make me think, oh, that's a DX figure.
Yeah, I think kind of what we've boiled it down to is DX figures have the rolling eyes. Is that the only thing that makes a DX now?
I guess so.
Which is crazy because, yeah, I don't know. It's just, like you said, it doesn't come with enough to be like, oh yeah, that's a DX. So I don't think I've ever liked and disliked a figure the exact same amount before. Like, it's cool, but in some shots I'm like, yeah, like I should own this, and then in other shots I'm like, I don't want this at all. So it's got me in some weird feels, guys.
I hear that.
This is an absolute easy pass. Probably the easiest pass I've ever done. $2.95 for what? What are you getting here that's worth $2.95? I'm asking seriously.
So I would argue the lightsaber,
nothing.
the
that box?
the LED lightsaber is innovation. Well, you've been asking for some innovation for a while.
So that's what I'm paying for? That lightsaber?
Not necessarily. I would say that's part of it. I wouldn't say that's not the full
Bro.
ticket price. But we've been seeing figures coming out for
secondly-
less at 280, right?
And secondly, that face. Which frying pan did he get hit with? That nose. He looks like a potato. It's a Obi-Wan potato. Potato. No, I'm sorry, guys. No. Special edition. Make the saber the special. I don't know. This is $295 for this? No way. It should have been a penny over $275 because you're giving me an LED saber, which you should have been giving me years ago.
A USB saber.
Oh, big whoopity doo. I appreciate it. It's innovation, correct. But $295? No. Even if you're going to make the portrait a nice portrait, this portrait here so far, way off.
But the average figure is going for 285 now. What did we see not too long ago that had almost nothing with it? And like that was 285, and people were like, "Oh, like 285, like that's crazy." I actually think this comes with a lot for 285. I just think that, like, for me, I don't hate the sculpt as much as most people do. Maybe I've just had too many Canadian beers tonight. Like, I'm not too sure, but for me, he does look a little bit swollen in the face.
Amazing.
Like he's almost had a bit of an allergic reaction. I think somebody mentioned that in the chat too, and that was my gut check. It was like, it looks like Ewan McGregor, but he needs an EpiPen, 100%. Yeah. Having said that, I do actually think that they'll improve it. And the fact that he comes with the LED saber, I really like that rock diorama. I think that that's pretty cool. I think the tailoring on the outfit, everything from the neck down does look good. And I know people say that that's kind of a cop-out answer sometimes, but he actually does look really good from the neck down. So if all they have to do is tweak the head sculpt, this may go from a pass for me currently to a buy. But I wouldn't be as critical on it. If they had told me this was like a 320 or 330, okay, fair enough. That to me would be pushing the limits of that. But I do think that they do need to figure out what DX means so that they can roll that out again. They almost just need to re-roll that out to people and set the importance.
Well, that's why they're charging you the $295 is because it's a DX. They're trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
But that's crap. People are going to be so upset with that going forward, and nobody's going to care anymore, right?
Kenobi,
so they need to come out with that.
Kenobi saying 300 is the new norm. Kenobi, it's only the new norm if you're paying for it. Let me ask something quickly. Is this like a rechargeable? Then it has to be a rechargeable saber.
No, it's a USB. So there's a black wire running. You have to run it through the figure, and then you plug it into a port. So you
have to run the wire from the hand through the figure.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Out the outfit, and then
that's how else would you do it though? You have the
rechargeable, no? Because there's no way to do that. The technology is not out for that yet.
I was curious about that
too. A tiny
Zach,
little baby battery inside the hilt would last like minutes, like the normal batteries do in the arm.
Yeah.
I honestly like. As cool as this is that we're getting the USB, they're not bright LEDs, right? They're not CCFL. They're not going to like look like the photo on the screen there. As cool as it is, I think it's going to be a very gimmicky thing. And I mentioned this on After Dark, but the average collector is just going to have a big ass black wire hanging out the figure. Like they're not going to take the time to, run it up the sleeve, out the back, like I just know how most collectors are, and you're just going to see a lot of photos with just this black wire coming from the hand on a lot of people's collectible. I don't really think it's innovative. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's as cool or will look anywhere near as good as what we have here. If it does, I would be shocked. What do you think, Yusby?
Yeah, I think this picture definitely looks very puffy. I think the ones that came out at the showcase and all that stuff. I think it looked a little bit better, like Ben was saying. $295. I mean, the USB saber, the rock diorama base. It's definitely pushing it. I think DX is just a tax now that they add, because I think Ahsoka, she didn't really come with the much either. So, from what I remember, I forget what she came with, but she was the last DX if I recall. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's cool. I love Obi-Wan. I'll end up getting it. But yeah, I think I guess maybe I'm hoping that they'll improve the sculpt. I mean, I think with the sort of precedent that they set with Kylo and Rey from Rise of the Skywalker, that hopefully they'll do that with this one, especially with how kind of big Obi-Wan is. So I have faith that they'll do that. But as the figure stands right now, I think it's 7 or 8. But yeah, it's cool enough. Cool enough for me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I agree with Joel.
Joe says
I do agree
DX
with that.
should have at least 2 head sculpts. Completely agree. Speaking of precedent, I'm very concerned about this figure. Sideshow's Clone Wars Ahsoka. The Anakin and Obi-Wan were shown last week. A lot of people said, oh, it's just lighting. Like, they're definitely better in person. They're not, in fact, better. They look as bad as, if not worse, than I think most people thought. And at 260, releasing April to June 2023, I think this is one of... I can't imagine like people running to buy this. The fact that in the pre-order photos none of them are in any sort of a dynamic pose makes me believe that this figure is basically going to be a statue in most people's collection. I believe they're teaming up with Fison/TB League for the body, which, you know, is a thing. But honestly, I just have zero faith in this being really anything worthwhile. The orange, in fact, doesn't really even match the body on the face to the body. The outfit, I guess, is maybe the saving grace, but the portrait on this looks absolutely horrible. Like, it's so... You know, because when the pre-orders came out for Anakin Obi-Wan, I mean, they were shrink ray, ripped right off the screen. And I don't feel like this portrait really is any good right off the bat. I just don't think it's good. I have next to no faith that they're going to be able to deliver on this figure. And to be honest, I think this and the next figure we talk about, I think they're dead on arrival, and I think they should cut their losses on the line, because this is going to be another headache for them. It's just bad.
Yeah, because we've seen them team up with TB League before with the Wonder Woman. That it was only like a couple years ago, maybe. And like you said, the paint didn't match the body. And I really only have one thought when I look at this figure, which is like, just you missed it. You missed the mark. It's just not well executed. Like, it literally looks like you remember those Heroes of the Force, or what was that line for?
Yeah, the Barbie one. The Barbie one looked better. And you know what bothers me, Dean, is the Barbie one did the thing with the pants. Nicolio pointed out here, where the skin, those little diamonds, those are supposed to be like her skin on the pants. I was fine with the $15 Barbie doing it, but the $260 Sideshow Ahsoka, it looks like that's printed on as well. So that's, to me, that's kind of, I draw the line there. Like, this should be not printed on the outfit.
Yeah, it just, like you said, well, you said like the saving grace is the outfit, and it's not even. It looks very cheesily done. It just doesn't look good. And the price they're gonna fucking charge for this, I think that Wonder Woman was like almost a $300 figure, and it's like, bro, absolutely not. So this, I can only imagine how much this is gonna cost. Because Anakin and Obi-Wan were what, $260 or some shit?
Oh, I told you how much it costs. It's $260. This is $260.
This is also $260.
Oh, also $260? Yeah, just absolutely not. There's no way.
So I haven't watched Clone Wars, so I know what she looks like, but I have absolutely no faith. If they weren't able to execute on the Obi and the Annie, what makes me think that they're going to be able to execute on this? And this is seamless arms, you were saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no. I would stick to I wouldn't trust Sideshow when it comes to the 6-scale figures. I'd stick to Hot Toys, even seamless wise. That's my 2 cents. But like you're saying, $260 for this, and you get $250. You're going to be able to get the film Ahsoka. Come on.
Yeah, the Hot Toys one.
Come on. That's without even having to say it.
That literally blows me away. I did not realize this was $260, so I should have done my homework a little bit better. I pulled this up on Sideshow just to see what that converts to Canadian. For me, that's a $350 Canadian figure before shipping and before like the crossing of the border. So like, I love your sound effects, by the way. But that is crazy. That is exactly how I felt. And honestly, like, I know that Star Wars is obviously a more expensive license. Fine. But like, when I think about even how good of quality, like that Power Ranger that I have from, I think it was 3.0 was, like the Green Ranger, for $100 versus this at $260, like, this blows me away. If this was a $100 figure, I might consider it if it came out okay in the final production. But there's absolutely no way. If I was going to spend this kind of money, I'd definitely get the Hot Toys Ahsoka, period. This is crap. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, this is like you were saying, if this was like $120, $150 figure, like I guess you could not accept the transgressions, but at least you could be like, well, she'll be a good stand-in until they come out with something better. But like at $10 more than the Clone Wars Hot Toys Ahsoka is like absolutely asinine. I do not know what Sideshow is thinking with these figures. Definitely a bit of an apologist for the Anakin and Obi, but this one's awful. I mean, the sculpt is round. I mean, it's like a completely round face. It's like they took an orange ping pong ball and like painted some stuff on it and then stuck some Naku on the top of it. So I don't know what they were thinking with this one. I hope, for the sake of Ahsoka, I hope they go back to the drawing board, retool it, and put it up for pre-order again. I don't know what they're going to do. They're not going to do anything.
You remember they're Grievous, right? There's no chance in hell they're going back to the drawing board.
It looks like when I was in high school, there would be like these Latinas, like real thick Latina girls with like a lot of makeup that would just like eat hot Cheetos at like 8 a.m. This portrait reminds me of that. Yeah. And Dean, I have this for you right here.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Bro, everyone was so hyped for this. How the fuck did they fuck
so
this
was
up?
I. Because, like, honestly, this is, like, the definitive Ahsoka. Like, technically, like, this is what she looks like through most of the show. So, like, if I was going to get an Ahsoka, it'd probably be this one. But, I mean, the Hot Toys Season 7 just knocks it out of the fucking park.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't be surprised.
No, I'm not.
Not at all. Yeah, no.
It's just like, like I said, like if you were to line up the two Ahsokas, like the outfits, and be like, which one would you get? I'd probably be like, well, like this version that we're looking at now. But I mean, it's a no contest that the Season 7 one wins.
Like I can understand this coming out and being like $50, $75 cheaper than the Hot Toys, but to put it at that price point, I think I don't know what they're on.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know what they're on.
That was
this
a bonehead move.
$10 at Walmart, and honestly, I think it's better than this. And I'm not even saying that.
I would agree.
I'm not even
agree
saying
with
that to be funny. I honestly think this is better, and you get the loath count.
You like it more? That's crazy.
Honestly, the portrait to me, they both don't look like Ahsoka, right? But this looks. I would rather have this on the shelf. And save $250.
And it's in a more dynamic pose.
Yeah, exactly. This one can actually bend the fucking arms. To me, this is one of the worst things. And I mean, this character, like Dean said, I mean, this is the look for most of the show. 4 or 5 seasons, and all you're giving her is 4 lightsabers and a projector. Like they couldn't think of anything else to give her. I mean, to me, it's just shocking how bad this figure is. And this was kind of pointed out to us earlier today, but $250 for the Hot Toys. I think it's the Season 7 Ahsoka there.
Yeah.
And $260 for the Sideshow. Terrible.
TV League must be charging him them high dollars for that body.
That must be it. Honestly, I was going to say the same thing. It does kind of bum me out though. Like I feel bad for the folks who were really excited about this. Like if Clone Wars was like your jam, and this is the Ahsoka you were looking for, that's kind of shitty. That I feel bad. And honestly, I want Hot Toys to still have some competition in the market, right? I want to see some other lines out there that put them to task. And if they're going to charge that kind of price, like you gotta deliver. So I feel bad for the folks that are excited and maybe feeling a little bummed.
100%. 73 people watching. Smash that thumbs up. Appreciate you being here today.
It gets better.
Yeah, in the same line. But wait, there's more. Animated Cad Bane. Now, again, when they first showed the Anakin and the Obi-Wan, my first thoughts were they are playing to their strengths, right? Non-realistic portraits, very basic paint scheme. You couldn't possibly fuck this up, and somehow they did. Same thing here, right? They've already done Cad Bane in the past. Their Cad Bane portrait for the Denal Disguise was pretty good for what it was. Very realistic take on the character, but at any rate, it was pretty decent. And a lot of people are very excited about this. This one, I believe, is going up for pre-order here in the next few days. But I have to, echo what I said here, that I just don't have any faith in this line. This is going to be another $260, $270 figure. It's going up against the Hot Toys Cad Bane, which is a different take on the character. It's obviously a more realistic look. It's probably going to be more expensive, and I just honestly, I want to see this line do well because I think it's a show that a lot of people are very passionate about, but it hurts me to see how bad this frankly is going to be. Like I have zero faith that this is going to look anything like this when it releases.
Yeah, which is a shame. Because I actually really don't like Cat Bane all that much. I would still like one on the shelf, and it would probably be this one. Because I think they fucking dropped the ball on Book of Boba. Like, that shit looks so fucking goofy. And the Hot Toys looks like it was ripped right off the screen, and that shit also looks fucking goofy. So when I saw this, I was pretty excited, but like you said, like, if they couldn't execute Anakin and Obi-Wan, I have no hope that they're gonna fucking tackle this properly. Like, this looks good, but so did Anakin and Obi-Wan. This is gonna look probably infinitely worse when it comes out. Hopefully I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I want this line to look really good. But dear God, they're not. They don't have my faith right now.
I do actually think that this is the nicest looking of the three, though, to be honest. And, like, if I envision Cad Bane in my mind, I agree the Book of Boba doesn't necessarily jive with kind of what I've seen him in the past. I think this looks really cool. Maybe because he's not supposed to look like a cartoon representation of a real person because he's an alien. Like, maybe it'll actually still look pretty decent and a little bit closer to this prototype option. So cross fingers, because I actually think this looks pretty cool. He does look a little bit like Grandpa who's lost his teeth, like just in the mouth region there. But
Yeah.
Again, that's kind of the way he looks, so you can't knock the design on that side. Of the three, this would be the one that I'd consider the most. But I think somebody said it in the chat there, like that's CT603. These are $150 figures. I 100% agree with that. If this was $150, I think it would be a different conversation. I'd be a little bit more excited to see it roll out. But
100%.
I'm with you boys. I'm just not holding out the faith.
Yeah, I'm just gonna echo what everybody said, especially what Zach said. I had high hopes for this line. I'm hoping that some miracle can happen and they'll actually listen to the community and see how terrible this stuff is. I doubt it. This is definitely one that I don't want them to mess up, but we'll see. I'm definitely not pre-ordering it until I see some sort of final product of it. But yeah, he was such a cool character in Clone Wars, so I'd love to have that representation. But yeah, not not at their current production or however they're making them. So we'll see. I'll keep my fingers crossed, I guess.
What's the over/under on him coming with Toto 360? I'm saying 0% chance, just based on how little accessories the other characters had, which would be a shame. Scott Bradley, if Ahsoka's 260, this will probably be $300 or more. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
John doesn't like it so much he just left without telling anybody. It's just like, I'm out.
That's fine. Now, with this line, the photo here on the left was what we were solicited, what people pre-ordered, what people paid their hard-earned dollars for. And recently, I think it was today, it might have been yesterday, they took those photos off of Sideshow's website and replaced them with sort of a more realistic, like what you're actually going to get out of the box. And you can just see the quality difference here, just so that we're not blowing smoke up everyone's ass. The left is what we were ordered, what we were expecting, and the right, after all this whole discussion of it's the lighting, it's the futzing, it's whatever, this is kind of what you should expect. And the Anakin is much worse, but when you go on Sideshow's website, you'll now be able to see a little bit more of a realistic look at what you're actually going to be getting. And you could just see the fabric is totally different. The sculpt has lost a ton of detail. The paint is nowhere near as good as what we were promised. And that's why I have genuine concerns about the longevity of the quality of this line and whether or not they should continue it.
Especially in this beard section. In the prototype, it's painted in a way that it looks very true to the animation. But then in the final product, it's like, hey, let's make it look like it's animated, but add a bunch of realism in the sculpt detail. So it just comes off like super, like...
It looks like wood.
It's weird. Like, I don't get what they were going for there. It's like, if anything, the prototype was less detailed. Like, you made your work harder. like, and made it worse, because of it. It's just so bad. And then the clothes, it's just, I don't know if you guys ever owned the original 2006 Sideshow Obi-Wan or Anakin. It's like they just used those clothes, which were terrible. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, it's just so bad. Like, it's just not well put together. So I have no faith in Ahsoka, especially Ahsoka, or Cad Bane.
Mm-hmm. In the picture on the right, it looks like his hair doesn't necessarily match colors even with his beard, which is strange. It looks a little bit like he used the wrong hair dye color.
Yeah, like right there at the ear, it changes color. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
weird.
They need to put like a matte, like they made it way too shiny. Like it's very matte in the show and matte on the left, and it need to do something to get rid of that shininess on the right. But
yeah, it looks waxy.
Yeah, 100%.
Team America is a good call out too. Actually, I agree with that. I see that a little bit for sure. Promise me you'll never die. Zach, you're muted, buddy.
You're muted.
Let's move on. Hot Toys showed off their Wolverine 1973 version. This is a deluxe or regular version, which again, there's just too many DLX type deluxe DLX. It's too confusing. This is from Days of Future Past, which is a really random. I mean, it's an excellent film. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like kind of out there because they have already released a Wolverine from Days of Future Past several years ago. I think, though, this looks absolutely fantastic. I think the tailoring looks really solid. I think the belt looks great. The jacket's going to have that genuine leather, as they say. The forearms, I think this is something that I've talked about for a while, but with characters like Wolverine, where you really have to, in some outfits, show the wrist, being able to integrate the forearm hand combined part, I think it's super, super smart, and I just think it looks excellent. In some of the other photos, they showed that it does also come with that second set of, jointed, just like regular hands, which I think is really neat. But this figure, to me, I think this is a special figure. It's not technically up for pre-order yet on Sideshow, so for the next few Hot Toys that we talk about, we don't have prices or release dates for them on the American market. But man, this to me is a few steps in the right direction for Hot Toys, and I think this is a really, really awesome figure.
Yeah, I'm not, to much of the dismay of a lot of listeners, I don't like the X-Men. I really, I'm not a huge Wolverine fan. I do like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, though. And this figure seems like random. Like, I was like, is there like an anniversary or something? Like, why are they coming out with this? That being said, fucking awesome. Like, this figure is so cool. The genuine leather, I mean, that's gonna fucking drive up the price. So I'm waiting to see how much this thing will cost. Also, like in that movie, he has bones for claws, right? He doesn't have the metal.
Yeah,
so that's
his early version.
Right. So I kind of don't like that. I mean, I get it that it's in the movie, but it's like, if I want Wolverine, he's gonna have the fucking adamantium claws, So that's a little disappointing. Just for me, like if I was gonna buy this Wolverine, I would want the metal as well. But I get it. I understand why it doesn't come with it. But yeah, they fucking knocked this figure out of the park. I think. Like I don't see what they could have added that would make this better. I like it.
Yeah, this was a good move by them. This one I can see. I think this is one of the best Hot Toys releases that we've gotten in a very long time. I can see
100%.
this being more of a deluxe than, let's say, the Obi-Wan we just talked about, because
100%.
you get the base. You see a little bit more innovation in this figure. They're kind of moving away from their boring bases and incorporating. I kind of get DX07 vibes from back in the day, the way they made the base intricate and different. The forearms, taking a note from Queen in art, and the jacket. I think the jacket. You're right. I think this is going to be pricey. I think we're going to be paying Doctor Strange prices for the 325 plus for this. Minimum 325. Just because with the leather and everything, for sure. But it's nice to see they're going that direction of using leather, and they're finally listening. But this piece has a lot of potential.
Days of Future Past was definitely one of my favorite X-Men movies of all time. In fact, that might be a movie of the week for me at some point, because like I loved that film. But I have been looking for something to pair with my Deadpool for a while. And I recognize that they're not from the same film by any stretch, but just the relationship that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have as people, and then kind of the Deadpool Wolverine dynamic, I think it would be a cool display to have these guys together. And I mean, you could use that diorama base to, have Wolverine prop Deadpool up on top of or whatever, and like just have some fun with it. So for me, I'm 100% going to get this figure. I think it's one of the best I think I've ever seen in terms of likeness. I'm with you, Dean. I do kind of wish that it came with the adamantium claws, just because I agree that feels very iconic, like Wolverine. But since it wasn't from the film, I guess that's fair that it's not included. And, maybe at some point that's something that people can mod down the line, except that it's got those forearms, right, which are pretty cool.
I'm sure some third-party company will make, $30 set. Yomo says, I actually found you guys' channel because I was looking at previous Wolverine figures. I was going to give it and get one of the previous from a reseller, and this was announced the next day. Very cool. Thank you for being here.
That's very cool.
You should, Yomo. You should still get the previous one.
You should get Bofa. Yeah, this thing's awesome. I mean, it's a great head sculpt. It shows what Hot Toys can do when they try. The seamless forearm or wrist, whatever you want to call it, is awesome. Again, the base is great. As you know, Wolverine. Counterpoint to Dean. Wolverine's my favorite character, and I love the X-Men. So I have all the other Wolverine Hot Toys and several customs and stuff like that. So this will be coming into my collection. If Sideshow does not put this up sooner than later, I'm just going to go the Hong Kong route because I want it. I need it. So, yeah, love it. It's great. More Wolverines, the better.
One thing that we talked about last week, which I did want to make a slight correction to the record, we said that this style of base here with that little hump in the middle and the circular base was brand new with Arena Suit Boba Fett. But Hot Toys Bell also had that style of base from the live action Beauty and the Beast. So that was a slight correction to last week.
We made a mistake?
We did.
Cute.
Oof.
That's never happened before.
It's never happened. It is never. We have never made a mistake ever.
Bro, honestly, that's kind of crazy because Bell was such a long time ago that they were like, oh, okay. Okay, that makes more sense. But anyway, just have a base sitting around that long ago. It's like, hey, let's go back to the one Bell used. This is kind of weird.
Dude, someone had a light bulb moment.
Better than Man on the Moon, though.
Jesus Christ. This week makes two, I would say, pretty... Actually, I guess three. Pretty decent innovations by Hot Toys. We have the seamless forearms, the genuine leather jacket, which they've obviously done with the DX Terminator, but this is the first time in quite a while. We also have the first USB plug-in lightsaber, which is, I believe, the second USB plug-in that they have. The first one being the Mark I, the little thing on the back of it. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know. It's just... Like you said, they've already done the leather before, so it's not like it's the most innovative thing.
It's been what we've been asked. A lot of people have been asking for.
Yeah,
genuine leather.
You're not wrong. I'm just saying, it's been done before. And then the USB thing, I don't know. I guess I have to see it in hand because if it's the same weak ass little LED, only you can have it on longer because it's powered. Is it really that innovative? It's just, I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it should be brighter because you'll be able to have better voltage and current and shit like that going to it versus the little batteries. And
don't get revenge on me, nerd.
The graphics have been enhanced by 6 megapixels.
Yes.
Sorry,
Jesus Christ.
You got me with that one. No, I mean, I like it because no one ever uses the light up features on anything because it's, one, it's a pain in the ass to get all the batteries in there, and two, they last for 10 minutes and you have to replace them all. And you have to go third party, get forget the name of it, but get the
CFL.
CFL things or the thing for Iron Man. Yeah, there you go. Which is, again, another cost and all that stuff to make it look good and another pain in the butt to route all the wires. So I like that they're doing it. I mean, is it a little gimmicky? Sure, but I think it's just a little, additional nice to have feature. As far as the, go back, and hopefully it will let me use those features more because I want to use them. And then the seamless arms, I know, or risks, what company was the one who came out with those like a few months ago? Didn't they release like, hey, we're making these now?
Yeah, it was a third-party company, but I mean, these have been, I wouldn't say mainstream, but like some really high-end Korean customizers have been doing them for, quite a while. But, once we saw that third-party company do them as like a accessory set, like to me, I was like, this is the future, honestly.
Yeah, so at least they're doing it. I mean, and there's no better person to start it with than Wolverine because those are, such a big part of his character, you know what I mean? So to have that looking good is great for them. So
yeah, I have the Miyamoto Musashi from Wolf King Studios, and he comes with swap out from the forearm down, so he could have like the cool like katana grabbing hands, and so it's not like we've never seen those before. Again, it's like stuff we've seen, but it's like being put into like a general release, which I guess is a good thing. Instead of like a DX and
See, the thing is, we've been asking for this kind of stuff for years. Right? This isn't new technology. We've been asking for years, so it's nice that they're finally doing it.
You're right.
But they're doing it because their backs are pressed up against the wall now.
Probably,
right?
yeah.
Because if that wasn't the fact, I'm sure they'd keep going the way they're going. So I appreciate that they're at least now taking the leap, but it was long overdue. I don't see technology here that's groundbreaking. That's like saying, "Wow, Hot Toys actually puts real effort into some R&D, and they're trying to make a difference." I just feel like now they don't have a choice but to do these kind of upgrades.
Better late than never, but never late is better.
They have a choice. I do think they have a choice. John, I love you, buddy. You drive me nuts sometimes because you do ask for the innovation all the time, and then when they give it to you, you're like, "Well, they had to because their backs are up against the wall."
But you heard what I said,
but that's kind of. I did, but I feel like that echoes some of the
did.
negativity in the community, which I disagree with. I think that like we can still keep pressing on them. We can say, "Yeah, you've taken a first step, so let's see what you can do for the next generation." Because I agree, wires out the back. I like the clean look myself. I don't like the look of wires. I don't think that I would like that as an accessory necessarily, but I do like to see that they're trying and keeping up with the other figure companies. So unless I misheard you, you can tell me if I did. But
I'm just saying I've been in the hobby way too long to be kissing anyone's behind, any company's behind, and saying, "Well, thank you so much now for doing it." Like I said, it's a great move that they're finally giving us the option, but they are, whether you want to believe it or not, they're doing it because their backs are pressed up against the wall, and that's pretty much it.
I've been collecting Hot Toys for 10 years too. I don't get anything for saying that I appreciate the fact that they're finally doing it. Like that's not kissing anybody's ass. That's just being appreciative of the fact that they are doing it.
Well, it's a little behind the Hot Toys behind if you're just coming out straight and saying, "Yeah, I appreciate what they're doing it," without looking at why they're doing it.
I think where it would go sideways for me is that if they
You've been collecting Hot Toys for 10 years?
Yeah, my first Hot Toys I got in 2008, so over 10 years.
Really? Wow, I learned something new today.
Yeah. But I would say, like, for me, as I said, if Hot Toys if they give us what the so-called innovation, which I agree with, it's not really innovation because we have had this with other cheaper, shittier companies out there.
Correct.
If they raise the price and say, "Look at what we're doing now, pay a higher price tag," that's when I start to feel like.
But they are doing that with the Obi-Wan.
Exactly, and that's part that I don't support. That's the part that I don't think is right. I think that this is cheap technology to do, and that they are force-feeding a higher price tag for the sake of saying, "Hey, look at us," but that's not cool.
So Ben, I'm confused. Are you with me or are you without me? Because you just contradicted yourself.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
I'm with you, and I'm against you because
I
don't like negativity, and I do think that it's a good thing that they're doing things, But I also think that they are a big enough company that they could do these things without having to inflate the
But
price
you
to
just
do it.
made the community go around in a circle and say, "What the fuck? Are you either there or not or here?"
Let
At
me
the
say
end
this.
hold
Let me say
on.
this.
At the end of the day,
Hot Toys is, I think, innovating because of other companies, but I also think that those other companies could also. I think any company always, CW, Hot Toys, InArt, always can be better, right? Because just this week, I mean, to me, this was the funniest shit I think I've ever seen. I mean, InArt posted this as their accessories for it. I mean, you got a boat and a cotton ball.
That is the saddest shit.
So, every company should be
$700.
doing much better. Every company could be doing much better.
yeah, but that wasn't the question. The question was, do we find Hot Toys innovative?
I think yes, these were innovative things, but nothing that InArt is doing or Hot Toys are doing now are being done for the first time. There's
By
been
the way,
third-party
Ben,
companies making the full forearms for a while. There's been companies doing USB powered lightsabers. Magnetic bases have been a thing way like years ago. So, I mean, these companies are just bringing them mainstream, in my opinion.
By the way, I'm just curious, Ben. What was your first Hot Toy that you picked up in 2008?
The original, the DX01. Batman.
DX01, the Batman. Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I traded it up for the DX12.
I think John's point is these are technically innovations, but they're not doing it for us. They're doing it because they have actual competition now. So it's like, thanks, but you're not doing it to benefit me. You're doing it to benefit yourself. Like, you just want me to blindly accept it and be like, oh, okay, I'll buy your shit, instead of like them actually listening to us and giving us stuff we want. They're doing it because they're scared of not getting your money. Does that make sense?
Maybe
Am I right, John?
Maybe I sound like I'm chasing my tail because I'm happy that they're doing it, but I'm not happy that they're raising their price because they're doing it. Like, I don't think that I think that they're a big enough company that they shouldn't need to do that at this point to add these types of features. That's all. But I'm happy that they're still doing it, and I don't think they're necessarily cornered. I don't like they would still sell Hot Toys without doing these things.
Wow. The Canadian War Round 2. I'd love to see it.
Some maple syrup in the mail.
I think there's no way to separate the two, right? Like, if Hot Toys did this before Queen or
There's
after,
there's 100% a way. There's no ifs, ands, or buts here. It's just, we're not comparing to Queen. We're not comparing.
They did the USB Mark 1 before.
Let's not talk about Queen. Let's not talk about Queen. Let's pretend. Let's push Queen out of this topic.
Okay, but they've innovated before any company threatened them. So to say that this innovation is just because of Queen, I think is a bit.
So then technically, I didn't say this is
Hot Toys from 10 years ago to Hot Toys now. I mean, you have to look at those and say they're much better now.
So technically, if this is not an innovation, then that's what we're saying, because they've already done this. Then
no, this particular they have done. I'm saying these are things that they haven't done a seamless forearm. They're bringing that in. They're bringing back leather that everyone's been asking for a while.
But why? Why are they bringing that?
Now?
Why are they bringing the high quality product now, Zach? Come on, Zach. Come on,
not
guys.
wrong.
Come
It's like
on, guys.
I think John is
multiverse or something, or what is this? Come on.
Look, John is saying
you can bring up its photos of two accessories, but come on.
Okay, but come on. You got to admit that photo is hilarious. 1, 2.
And you don't think they took that photo purposely?
Whoever took that photo should be fired.
Come on, Zach.
That shit is honestly appalling.
Did that photo? They took that photo and said, "This is our accessories." Not to get into a Queen discussion, because that's not what this is.
No, they put up a gallery of like something like 15, 20 photos, and that was one of the 20.
That's fine, but they didn't say, "Oh, this is our accessories." They just took a picture of the boat.
I mean, they showed me the 2 accessories. I mean, he doesn't come with much other than hands. I mean, come on. Hot Toys has innovated in the past. They're going to continue to innovate, whether or not InArt is here. I don't know that you could look at both of these two things for these completely unrelated characters that InArt isn't doing and be like, they're doing that to get it in art. I just think that they're also have their own goals to improve their products, because that's what they've been doing.
Way cheaper. It's
well,
still way cheaper than InArt.
I don't think they're. Well, they are cheaper than InArt, but I don't think they're way cheaper. Period.
Overall, no, 100%. Yeah. Way cheaper than InArt is what I'm saying. Like, if they're feeling pressed against the wall because of InArt, then I would say that they're still doing it better.
What?
Their prices
So
are
why
better.
did so then why didn't you buy the DX hot toy and go for the in-art Joker? Why didn't you go with the hot toy one then if they're doing it better?
No, I do think that the in-art Joker is better likeness in the face, but I didn't buy the in-art Joker because he came with die-cast bars. I came because it had a better likeness to Heath Ledger.
So in-art's doing a better job than hot toys then.
I'm saying not for likeness. I'm saying for things like leather jackets. If you're going to add things like leather jackets and 2 accessories and charge $800 for a figure, and Hot Toys can give you something like this.
I haven't seen an $800 figure yet, but that's fine.
Are you kidding me? That Gandalf is $500 US. That is $800 Canadian.
Yeah, but you're talking 800 Canadian and it's
Okay,
not
so
800.
500
657.
With the taxes and all the good
don't
stuff,
even compare the
you're getting
two.
close.
Don't even compare the two.
I'm just saying Hot Toys is still doing it cheaper. And
I
think
would say
almost just as
the most interesting thing to me would be
it's mind-boggling as to how we're still having this discussion after everything. I can understand if this was our first rodeo. After
you
everything,
say you're not a Queen. You say you're not a Queen Studios lover and apologist, but you are.
No,
100%.
I'm not a Queen.
Yes, you are.
I'm against cults. That's all. And Hot Toys has the biggest cult I've ever seen.
We'll talk about another cult later, John. But let's move on. Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, not a remake, not a reissue, an improvement, I would say. Again, no prices yet. This is obviously it should be from the No Way Home line, but they're branding it as Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I think is very, very interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was super weird. Like, why?
It's got to be something with the licensing or something like that. Maybe there was some.
It might, but this one does have a little bit of improvement from the first one. You get those hands that are no longer the weird like 3/4 hand
half
where the
magnetic
fingers.
hands.
Ugh,
Yeah, fucking
terrible. This one also has the older. I mean, this is clearly from No Way Home, right? He was not this old looking in Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2, but you get the interchangeable portrait now. You get the mask. Again, very light on the accessories, I think is the theme. But I, in a way, I don't hate it, because if they are branding this as Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think the worst thing that they could do, and I think John will appreciate this, but they didn't give you the outfit when he's wearing the yellow jacket and he has the cold and he's all dolled up.
Yeah, they kind
of preserve a little bit of the integrity from the first version. They give you that portrait that wasn't technically in the first version either. So I think this is an interesting release. $260 I think is probably the most I think anyone should be paying for this. But yeah, it's a very bare bones figure, and the portrait does look good though.
Arguably, the Spider-Man to have. Super. This is the only suit, in my opinion, I could be wrong, let me know, from any of the movies that jumped out of the pages of the comics. The big eyes, the big spider, the webbing isn't chrome or I don't know. I just think this suit is the comic suit from the movies. So if you're gonna have one Spider-Man on the shelf, I honestly think it should be this one. It's so good. Say what you will about Andrew Garfield. I think he's a little too cool to be Peter Parker, but that's whatever. Yeah, I love this. Like you said, it preserves the original one, and I think it's a solid. What would you call it? 2.0 maybe?
I would say a 2.0. It's definitely not a reissue.
Right.
Is it the same suit?
2.0.
It's the same suit. Yeah.
Yeah, in the film, that both of the Peters are wearing.
But it says, it's different hands, and it comes with the head sculpt. The original one didn't.
How does that see that right hand photo? How does that seam come off?
With it. I'm just gonna double check. I'm pretty sure it did come with it, Teen.
Did come with what?
The head sculpt.
It doesn't.
No, that was the first. That was the first version.
Amazing Spider-Man comes with it. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
So the way the seam works, John, if it's anything like the first figure, you can't see my mouse, but we see where that seam is there on the left photo.
Yeah,
that's all one piece. So the neck will come out and have a little bit of the suit underneath it. Yeah, and it actually looks very good because with the what is it, the current kid that plays Spider-Man, when you pop those heads off, you put the portrait on, but you don't get that neck. In the movie, when he takes it off, his neck is showing. So I think they look really solid, to be honest.
Yeah. And Manny showed us where, in fact, the neck does pop off and how. And it's a little scary, but hopefully they change it a bit because it wasn't supposed to do that in the original figure. So hopefully they retool that. But this is amazing, honestly.
I don't think this looks enough like Andrew Garfield. That might be a bit of a hot
Really?
take, but I wasn't totally happy with this head sculpt. I don't know. God.
I fucking love that sound.
I think he looks like somebody who's doing a really damn good job cosplaying as Peter Parker. But for the record, I wouldn't ever display this Peter Parker, I don't think, with the head sculpt anyways. I would have him with the mask sculpt. So, but I didn't... for as good as that Logan is for the Wolverine, where you look at that guy and you're like, that is 900% Hugh Jackman. This is, to me, is like an 80 or 90%. It's close, but I don't think it's perfect. But maybe that's just me.
I think it's just you. I think it looks great.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, it's. I think it looks great. I definitely missed out on the original, ASM figures. So I obviously saw No Way Home. Been eager to add these guys, him and Toby, to my collection for ever since they've teased us with that. So I don't know what's taking them so long. Maybe it's licensing, maybe it's improvements, whatever. But they definitely need to improve the Toby suit because that it's pretty dated at this point. So I'm hoping that this goes up for pre-order soon, and I'll definitely be getting him because he was one of my favorite parts of No Way Home. I thought he had the best kind of arc out of all the Spider-Mans.
Spoodermans.
And I think it's just a cool thing. I do agree with Dean in that he's a bit too cool to be Peter Parker. I think I read somewhere that Toby was the best Peter Parker, Andrew was the best Spider-Man, and Tom Holland's kind of okay at both. And I agree with that assessment. Yeah. So I like him a bunch. So I'll definitely be adding this to the collection whenever it goes up for sure.
This is a hot take. The original version of this figure, the ASM2 Spider-Man, all-time worst Hot Toys I've ever owned. And I just think I got a lemon, right? It was loose, got a great deal from a friend. Bro, honestly, the least satisfying figure I've ever handled. Wow. The knee joints were super loose. Like, I would bend the knee, and it would almost, like, come apart in the suit. I'd have to, like, re-pop them back in.
You're talking ASM2?
Yeah, ASM2. The ankles were super loose. The hand magnets, like... the magnets worked, right? But they would never line up cleanly. There would always be a big ass gap on the hands. The neck was just super floppy. Honestly,
you got
bro,
a dud. Because honestly, that was one of the
no one has ever
I
told me that. That's what I've always heard. But to me, I will never forget how it was so bad. I honestly think I may have thrown it away. Like maybe I gave it away or sold this like stupid cheap. I got rid of it like the next day. It was honestly one of the worst experiences I've ever had with Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was real bad. Definitely real bad.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't keep it is because he wasn't in the MCU, so he didn't fit on my shelf. But now, I could totally fit him in there. So I'm like seriously considering picking this up.
I remember you always talk very highly of it. They also are doing a 1/6 scale diorama base of the Lizard character. I think I'd much rather have a figure. The neck seam here looks pretty bad, where the neck meets the head. And honestly, I think it's sculpted pretty okay for the most part, but such an imposing character that I think would have a great presence on the shelf as a full figure. I think it's kind of a cop-out just to give us the character in this format. And I don't think we got a Sandman yet from Hot Toys. We have a third party we'll talk about after this, but I could definitely see them doing a Sandman in this style also, like just for you to be able to display them all together. But to me, it's a shame. I think Lizard would have been a really cool character for Hot Toys to do.
Yeah, this figure
what the
base
hell? Sounds like I'm in a cult. How dare you?
This figure base is the equivalent of the Rhino scene in this movie or in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where it's like, that's what you gave us? What the fuck? I want so much more. Yeah, this is weird. And bro, honestly, this thing better cost less than $100. There's no fucking way. It's just a base. Like, if this is more than like $90, I'll be like,
it is more. I'm just looking it up now. It is.
Oh my
more.
god, is it really?
Yeah.
How much is it?
Oh, I forget what the heck it is now. I'm just picking it up.
Yeah, but you're getting the whole lizard character, half of him at least.
Half of them. That's what I'm saying. But it's an unarticulated base. Like, it's upsetting. It really is. I mean, I guess it's cool in a way. You know, you have a cool display option for your Spideys.
Yeah.
So I don't hate it. It's just like,
David
it's
Jones says the base is 160, but I don't think it's up on Sideshow yet. I could be wrong. I'm gonna double check.
Either way,
that, but
that's
I
way
think that
too
may be
much
the
money.
conversion price.
So they're not giving you a deluxe where you can pick this up with the Spidey, but they're doing that. They should be doing that at least.
I
No, it's
do
separate.
not.
You have to buy
believe
this base
so.
separately.
Yeah, it's a whole
Yes.
separate thing.
Holy shit! Okay, well the base is still cool, but they could have given us an option with the Spidey, especially considering how bare bones that release was, where we could have had an option to throw in this base.
Yeah, I guess it's good for the people who have the original one. You know that they don't need to pick up a second, figure that has that. So, yeah, I'm not picking. I mean, if it really is over $100, I'm not picking it up. It's definitely cool, but it's not. It looks good, sculpting's good, but not something I'll be picking up for half of a figure.
Yeah, I'm seeing 115 for second batch on what's it called? Toys Wonderland.
Yeah, Nicolio just said that too.
Oh, did he? Okay, nice. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I mean that's pretty consistent. That does seem like a lot, to be honest. But I still think it's kind of cool. I mean, we are talking about innovation. I still feel like this is a little bit innovative in terms of having something added to your collection without necessarily having to add an entire figure. And if you want the whole No Way Home setup, I think it's kind of cool to have as an add-on. So I don't think the price is terrible, considering the paint apps look pretty good. The likeness to that character from the film looks pretty good. And it does look like he's bursting through the floor. I also probably wouldn't have this guy positioned in a way where you see that neck seam on the back, because I agree, Zach, that is a little ugly. But I think it's cool. I think, as I said, if you're looking to collect all of them, this is still a nice addition.
Yeah, I bet you they do, because the original, I think it was Black Suit, came with the Sandman base, right? The Toby Black Suit. So
Yes,
I
sir.
bet you they're going to do another one of these that's Sandman, so you can have the whole Sinister Five on the shelf. Yeah, so I could see them doing it with Sandman as well.
All right, now Sand Fighter. This is a third-party figure from SL Customs. I don't think we have a pricing on this one just yet, Ben. If we do, can you get that for me? But this is obviously Sandman from Spider-Man 3, I want to say, and then also from No Way Home. I think it looks okay. I think definitely... I don't know. I feel like I don't think anyone needs a normal portrait for this character, but I think it's weird that the whole body is not sand and then the head is sandy. But again, I don't think anyone's displaying this dude without the sand arms. I think they look. I don't know. They look.
Pablo says it's 119.
119.
Damn, boy, he's thick.
Yeah, that. It's just such a bad transition.
He looks like Popeye, bro.
Yeah.
Like Popeye.
Yeah, $120.
Damn, son,
for-
where'd you find this?
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It serves its purpose. I don't hate it, but I'm also not. I would never own it. But I feel like if you really love those movies or you just want to complete your shelf, I think it's fine. Especially at $120. You're not breaking the bank to have this dude on your shelf. So it's not the worst. Definitely, certainly isn't the best. But
It's like Steve from Blue's Clues.
I wouldn't. Alvin's saying rumors Sandman is getting an actual figure from Hot Toys. I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. I'd be waiting for the Hot Toys one at least. Yeah. It's 120, but in today's economy, it's still $120 you're putting towards this. And then if Hot Toys does put it out, this will just be leveled. So I would save the bucks and go for the Hot Toy one, because this is just
a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. It's a cease and desist. Stop making them.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of cease and desist,
Oh, shoot.
Stay tuned for after the break. Yeah, the KO police here. Do we still have that little
Yeah, hold on.
police
Let me
thing?
see.
Oh, one of the
Dude,
classic.
throwback.
Classic.
Mark P, way to go.
I don't think we've used that
In a long
like a
time.
year, to be honest.
It's yeah, this figure is, I mean, it had potential, I guess, if you would have made the whole body that texture, or added that texture at least to the neck and to the biceps and stuff like that. But as it stands right now, where it's just like some parts are sand and some parts are human, looks like really fucking weird. So
Yeah.
no.
I also like that they have like a cellophane bag with like a twisty tie. It's
Yeah.
big money. I mean, it's $119. I feel like we can't be too harsh on it. I think this one we are going to be a bit
Keeps
harsh
getting
on.
better.
Probably not tonight, because I think what they've shown here is fine. But as excuse me, as Miss teased their product debut at they're going to be showing this at SDCC this weekend, but they're teasing the product debut for Gandalf the White. First and foremost, the outfit textures are beautiful. To me, like, this shows the level of research, like even just the initial research that Asmus is willing to do. The motif of the leaves on the sleeves, the vest with that beautiful texture, the texture on the outline of the tan cloak there, absolutely beautiful. Glamdering looks great. Still unpainted on the sapphire on the hilt, which is kind of annoying. But man, this looks great. Obviously, they're teasing the Shadowfax as well. Asmus, like John said, if Hot Toys was pushed into a corner, Asmus is pushed into the whole side of the building, bro. Asmus is feeling the fire right now, and they have to nail this. And I think the place that they absolutely cannot afford to mess this up, I think the rooting's going to be fine. I have no issues with the quality of the rooting of the first figure. But if the white of the eye is the same dark gray as Gandalf the Grey, and if the eyes are as recessed as the Gandalf the Grey, this is a fail from the get-go. It cannot be that bad, or this product will fail. Also, not a huge fan of the wire and the cape, if I'm being honest, but that's neither here nor there. I think I'm excited to see it. Sean's going to SDCC, and he's going to hopefully be able to take some photos, videos. If Asmus is there and you can interview them, that would be fantastic. But this, because we actually don't even know if Queen's ever going to give us this character in this outfit. So this could be your only way for a long time to get a Gandalf the White. And as a fan of Gandalf, and as a huge fan of Gandalf the White, I'm liking what I'm seeing here, but I also know how bad parts of the first release were. So it'll be interesting to see. Shadowfax, I mean, it's a white horse. You can get a white horse for $120, $150 on Big Bad Toy Store. Mr. Z makes a fantastic horse. Some other companies make fantastic white horses. It would have to be a really special something to make me be like, I need the Asmus Shadowfax, because I'm very happy with the one that I have now. Hopefully they do some sort of a 2-pack. If they do, I think that would be cool, and then a single pack for both characters. But as it stands, I don't know. I'm excited. I think the hands are also kind of bad on this just from the get-go also. But yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot that's going on in this photo, which really you might not think there is, but there is quite a bit. And there's a lot of good. There's some bad. And I don't know.
Is the staff accurate, though?
Yeah. How many staffs are there? How many staffs are there? Let's get that on the record. Let's get that on the record.
Technically, if you watch the theatrical version, there's only one staff. Okay, if you watch the extended edition, the white staff gets blown up, and then he's shown at the end with the white staff again. Some people say it's a little different, but I mean, they look functional. It's a white stick with the little candle thing at the end. I would say one staff is appropriate. Now, whether or not they're going to give you the Narya ring for the end, the Greyhaven scene, that would be really cool if they do, because it's only shown at the end once Sauron dies. The rest of the film, it's invisible. Oh,
wait, what happens?
Sorry.
Aw, dude.
Sorry. Just kidding.
So Inart, if you're listening, one staff.
I would give this the one staff approval. I'm very excited though. I'm very excited. But this level of craftsmanship is stunning for 1/6 scale. I have the Sideshow quarter scale from many years ago, and I mean it's a very intricate outfit.
The Shadowfax aspect of it is interesting.
It is.
How they're gonna kind of include that. That's cool.
Yeah, I think if they're doing this character for, because you see him in the Two Towers, The Return of the King. I think it would be cool if they give you the overcoat that he wears before he like shows off the white outfit in Theoden's Hall. I think that would be really cool. There's so many like little things that he interacts with that I think would be very cool. Definitely some kind of Minas Tirith diorama base I think would be fantastic. I mean, there's so many cool things they could do with this, but to me, it's like if they fuck up the eyes, like it's gonna be very hard to want to order it.
I doubt they will, considering they're sending out the eyes and everything, right? I would expect them.
John, you would think so, right?
You would think, right?
I mean, not exactly the.
I'm more worried about the rooted hair.
Really?
Yeah.
This one's gonna be interesting because it's a very straight,
And it's all white, no?
Yeah, it's like very white.
So.
Yeah. I mean, if they have that hair for Shadowfax, that's like the perfect color and the perfect like.
It looks good on Shadowfax, so.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out. Sean, you better find it.
I will. I'm definitely. I'm stopping by Iron Studios, stopping by these guys. I'll be pounding around. Luckily, the exclusives aren't that crazy this year, so I'll have more time to go see some cool stuff.
You have a CW shirt, right?
Yeah, I do.
Can you please wear it?
Let me wash it. I gotta wash it. Thanks. I gotta do some laundry tonight.
Please do.
So.
No, it's more authentic if you don't.
True.
I send you one vial of Gooch Grease just to get the full effect.
I'll get that.
They're like, wait a minute, sir, you smell really good. What's going on here?
This was another cool figure, Pop Toys Scorpion. This is based off of the 2020 Mortal Kombat. I like this way more than I thought I would.
Bro, I'm on the exact same boat.
I need this, bro. This is so fucking cool. Oh my god. To me, like, because if I remember correctly, that movie came out like right about COVID, and I just remember like that was like the thing that all my friends did that weekend was everyone watched and was Facebooking about it. Like, if COVID wasn't a thing, I don't really think anyone would have watched this movie, but you could watch it basically for free with HBO. And honestly, this doesn't look terrible. I kind of hope that Pop Toys makes the Sub-Zero from this movie because I really genuinely think that this looks fantastic, and I'm gonna keep an eye out for the pre-order because it just looks so cool. I've been wanting a samurai figure and samurai type ninja figure, and this to me, I think it checks off like a lot of boxes for me.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the likeness and the face, but as a whole figure, even if it's not Scorpion in your collection, like you said, just a samurai or whatever, this figure is fucking cool looking. Yeah, if it comes out looking this good, this is a banger. But I guess we'll see.
On the pricing, just quickly, it's only up that I can see on Toys Wonderland. I could be wrong though. Q4 2022, $185 US plus shipping.
Oh, what's it called?
Pop Toys Representative from Hell Warrior Scorpion. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, I'm looking on. Okay, here it is. 34 from Giant Toy.
There we go. Anyone else have a take on this, or are we good to move on?
Yeah, I think it looks awesome. Just to echo what you guys said, and I definitely remember at the beginning of the pandemic when it was like, oh, still, not fun, but like, still like, oh, we'll be here for like a month or two, and watching Tiger King and watching this movie, it's like, yeah, that's why, I thought this movie was dope. So yeah, if they do this one and the Sub-Zero, I think it'll be super cool. Yeah, it looks awesome.
100%. Same here.
So fucking bad. This is such a fucking awesome figure. There's a better shot there. Actually, Dean, the likeness, I don't hate it, to be honest, there on the the fully unmasked head there on the right.
See, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't see it all that well.
I don't know, man.
Shot.
It just looks fun. Speaking of fun, we talked about this, I want to say 6 months ago. Lego Ideas released their 2022 finalists for, like, you have to go through all these hoops, like at 10,000 likes, 100,000, a billion, trillion, whatever. Anyways, at the end of the day, Lego picks some of the Ideas designed sets and produces them. And boy, what a banger. $120, Lego The Office, releasing October 2022. You can recreate all kinds of iconic scenes from the show. One of my favorite little Easter eggs here, you get the Kevin Malone with the chili, which I just think is absolutely special. And this to me is
amazing,
top of the list for Christmas. That I need this. Like, this is incredible. Let me give you a rundown if I can find it.
Where's the blue teapot?
There is. Okay, so you get Michael Scott,
really?
Dwight Schrute, Pam Halpert, or Jim Halpert, shut up, Dean. Pam Beasley, Ryan Howard, Angela Martin, Oscar Martinez, Kevin Malone, Stanley Hudson, Kelly Kapoor, Phyllis Vance, Meredith Palmer, Creed Bratton, Toby Flenderson, Daryl Philbin. You also get Angela's Cat Garbage. You get the Stapler and Gelatin, the Golden Ticket, the Dundee Trophy, the World's Best Boss Mug. You also have you get the reception area, Michael's office, Jim and Dwight's desk island, Phyllis and Stanley's desk island, the conference room. You get Jim's teapot letter, the engagement ring for Pam, Michael's screenplay, Dwight's hidden weapons, Kevin's pot of chili, the previously mentioned gelatin. 12 of the minifigs have 2 facial expressions. You can turn the head around and display them. And this is a cool set. It's 3 inches high. Ladies, you know what that means. 12 inches wide and 10 inches deep. And it comes in at 1,164 pieces.
So it's wider than it is long.
Same. One of the coolest things, I think, honestly, ever. Like, and it's interesting because they have like the different sitcom sets and they expand upon them, right? You can make the sets bigger. So I could definitely see them doing an annex down the line, doing like a larger accounting area down the line. I mean, there's a lot of.
Yeah, they could do Toby's office, and then next to it, the little bathroom they put what's his face in as his office. What's his name?
Ryan.
Ryan. yeah. But honestly, this is a banger set, but it only makes me want a Parks office more from Parks and Rec.
You need to have the Ron Swanson desk with the full rotation.
Yeah. Are you listening to me, sir? Yeah, this is a really cool set, bro. I like it a lot. And look at all the minifigs. Like, I know they're just like people in clothes, but that's probably the most impressive thing about this set is all the minifigs.
Oh man, I just realized there's no Andy. What the fuck? How can I have an Andy?
It's probably too soon in the series because if they're calling her like Pam Beasley, not Pam.
That's true. So that gives me hope that we're gonna get a second set down the line. That would be cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because season 3,
you need
season
the
4.
break room, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of shit happens in the break.
Yeah,
room.
You could do the break
and then,
room
the
with
little,
like
coffee area where the bathrooms are. Like, there's so many like things that happen in those 2 rooms, so they could definitely add on to this. So,
I mean, plus it's also Andy. It's just a white dude in a suit. I mean, you could probably easily kit bash the Lego for that. Anyone else here? Big Office fans?
Oh yeah,
huge fan.
Definitely getting this, dude. 100%. 100%. No, that's all I'm saying. 100%. Love it.
Mark Pearson actually called it out. It was exactly what I was thinking, which is the first time a price point has been cheaper than I've expected in a long while, and that's 100% true. When I first saw the pictures of this, I was like, it's probably going to be more than I'd want to pay. And for 12 minifigures and how cool they like all the accessories are and stuff, it's a sweet value. I would 100% consider this. So, and that's a deep dive because I tried to get away from Lego. I tried to get out. So it's bringing me back.
Dude, I'm buying this. So, like,
it's cool.
Fuck, dude, this is so cool. Lego also teased, or leaked rather. There was a leak of set 75331, the UCS Razor Crest, 6,187 pieces. retailing for $550, releasing October 3rd. I wouldn't. I've seen fake Lego nameplates like this, but the thing that to me doesn't look right about this is the fact that they're still using the half-width carbonite blocks instead of the full-width ones, especially for a set that's 6,187 pieces. Kind of odd to me that they wouldn't have enough cargo space to include those wider things. But there's also some stickers on this set that aren't in the original build. It's going to be very interesting to see what this actually is, because there are, as of now, 2 fan-made UCS-style Razor Crests. It'll be interesting to see if this is real. This has been long rumored for like a year already, and it lines up with all the previous rumors, but I can't imagine that they would only give you the half-width carbonite blocks. Scott, this one's not for pre-order, the Razor Crest, but the Office one, I think it's on. I don't think you can pre-order anymore. That first day, I think it was up for pre-order, or maybe it hasn't gone up yet. But you should be able to. But yeah, that's that quick little leak there. John, can we say a quick word about our sponsor, please?
Of course we can. We want to thank 16 Corner. Their mission is to provide the best figures and collectibles to their customers. They offer great prices, great packaging, fast shipping, best in the business customer service. Collecting Weekly listeners get 10% off in-stock figures while our show is live using code capital C, capital W 10. Choose your figures, pay safely with PayPal, and you make sure you leave the rest to them.
All right. We also have our 2,000 subscriber celebration. We're giving away a Hot Toys Shore Trooper sponsored by Off the Racks Collectibles. To enter the drawing, subscribe to Collecting Weekly and Collectors Enabled on YouTube. Join Collecting Weekly Auxiliary Facebook group, and then comment hashtag CW2K on the pinned giveaway post. You can also do some bonus entries. They're like the first 2 or 3 comments are how you can get some bonus entries. And I think as of now, you can get up to 5 giveaways or giveaway entries, and we'll probably be dropping a few more soon-ish. Just got to figure out how we want to do that. And then also be sure to tune into when John posts up the giveaway video for the Optimus. That'll be another giveaway we're doing to celebrate the occasion. John, you had made a carpool collecting video, and I'll let you take lead on this if you want to explain the story, and then we'll kind of give our thoughts on it, because it went pretty viral, to be honest. A lot of comments, a lot of messages that we got.
A lot of surprising comments.
Yeah, it was quite a bigger story than I thought there was.
Yeah, so this collector posted this photo on. So this is in regards to Jazz Inc. I'm sure everybody here knows who Jazz Inc. is, and I'm not going to go into details about it. But Jazz Inc. creating the dioramas and the vehicles and so forth. He had produced a race speeder, and that's what we're looking at. And this collector got this piece in hand, and it came damaged. From what you can see there, it looks like there's a piece missing. So from what I understood in the comment that the collector had posted is that they reached out. I think he was looking for some advice from the community, but he reached out to the owner of the company and was advised to pick up some putty to make the repair. And I don't know. When I hear stuff like that, I get so furious, because I put myself in the collector's shoes. If that was me paying this price point for this product, I'm super excited. I waited a long time to get this, because this is it's a smaller company producing it. A lot of R&D going into it, from what I understand. And I get something damaged like this, and then the response is, "Can you go to the store and pick up putty to fix it yourself?" Bro, what do I look like, Zach here? I can't fix my stuff. I buy an expensive statue or a product. That thing better come pristine. And if it doesn't come pristine, you better be open to giving me a replacement. I don't care how much it's going to cost. So yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much the story. I really didn't get any information after that. Luckily, you were able to get these, because the chat was deleted. So a lot of community members were upset and putting comments, and myself as well. And I think that's what really led to doing the carpool, was the fact that the comment was deleted. The whole post was deleted.
Yeah. And I think the thing that upset me, I mean, there was quite a bit that upset me about it, but first and foremost, I would consider myself probably like medium to like high level hobbying skill, right? I certainly wouldn't say advanced. There are much better artisans out there. Oilers in the chat, great hobbyist, much better than myself. Being a medium to high level hobbyist, if I had to fix this, even I would be kind of like freaking out about it, because not only are you adding putty, you're having to match curvature, thickness, and let's just say you get everything perfect, then you have to paint it the right color, weather it appropriately, get it to blend in with what's already there. I mean, you're not talking like, there's things that I think are acceptable, right? Not acceptable, but if it happens, no big deal, right? If I get a Hot Toys figure and a little magnet comes off, I can put a drop of glue and fix that. I don't think I should have to do that, but it's also not the end of the world, right? I think most people are capable of doing that. But when it comes to things like this, on a very premium product, something that you've waited a long time for, I think that's not acceptable personally. And the other thing that upset me was one of the admins, moderators of the Facebook group, very confrontational with everyone in the comments, because people were very upset about this, I think rightfully so. And calling people out, asking people if they were just there to stir the pot, if they were just there to hate on Jazz Inc. He even the admin even said like, oh, if this happened to my collectible, I would be fine with it. Of course you would. You're a part of this company, and it's
Yeah, but that's just level.
I think it was.
Sorry to interrupt.
I don't understand. No, please go ahead, John.
No. I would just say that's the first thing I do is strip him of the admin duty. Strip him of the admin duty. You do not have an admin of a public group where customers are going on there expressing dissatisfaction, whatever, being upset about the product, and then you're telling them, well, if it was me, I wouldn't worry about it. But I would.
Yeah.
The first thing you want to make a change, strip that guy from his admin privileges.
Now, Vintage says it's a small run on licensed item. Am I crazy to think it doesn't look like that much of a dent? I must be crazy. I think there's probably collectors out there that wouldn't have a problem with it, but for me, if I'm paying that much money, I really want it to arrive in the advertised condition.
And I don't know how clear you can see this from how you're watching it, but there were photos where it was an evident piece missing.
Yeah, Christian says, "What is putty?" Putty, it could be like a 1 or 2 part product, but it's basically like an air drying epoxy clay type. Yeah. It's not clay, but it'll dry like a firm material that you could then sand, sculpt, and paint over. Now, with that being said, there were other people saying that they had some experiences. So
this was shocking.
Yeah, Ninja says when Jazz Inc. offers and gets back a YouTube Batmobile which has issues and pays postage, that's okay to do because he has viewers and a voice. When it's a collector without a voice or viewers, it's pick up putty. Boxed In says, I was ignored when I asked for a replacement for the 1/6 scale Justice Vehicle diorama base. Mine is curled up at the ends. He blamed it on me leaving it in a box. I told him my home is temperature controlled. It was pulled from the mold during production before it completely set. He knows this and wouldn't replace it. He just ignored the second email, and I explained I knew it was never set properly. I have spent a lot of money with this company. I won't buy from again. I wish I could cancel all my orders I have right now. And I mean, there was numerous comments to that effect. Some issues, maybe a little less minor. The Vulture with the knee pads, and for the record, I have nothing against Yost. I think he's running a company with his family. I think there's a lot to be inspired by that. But to me, I think that there's been a lot of things with that company lately that I've been a little bit upset about, and there are people in that group that are very, very, very big fans of his work, and rightfully so. I think he makes a fine product. Most of his stuff is very good. But, when these third-party companies started showing vultures that are, by every thing that I can see, maybe there's something I'm missing. They're original sculpts. They're also knockoffs. Because let's be real, you could call a Hot Toys figure a doll, and it I guess it is a doll, but there's certainly a better word for it, right? These are a lot of the products that Yost is making, the Star Wars and the Marvel particularly, those are knockoffs, right? You can call them third party, you can call them small batch custom runs, but those are knockoffs as well. And for the group members and even for Yost himself to call these other companies knockoffs. To me, it's just the
mind
pot
boggling.
calling it's just it's upsetting. It's upsetting, and a lot of his stuff. I mean, his stuff all started as unlicensed, and then when DC found out, it was almost basically forced to become licensed. And
this
so
stuff
I
is
think
still
that,
unlicensed.
I think that it should be known that, hey, there's competition. Other companies want to make these products. Even the rightful license owners would like to make them as well. And your third-party knockoff or small batch custom isn't really doesn't have any more moral high ground than any of the other companies that are making things like that as well.
It's a lack of professionalism. That's all it is. To go out on a public, and I saw it. Watch the carpool. If you didn't watch the carpool, watch it. I'm not going to repeat everything, but to go out on your social media and blast a licensed company producing a licensed product, it's unprofessional. That's it. You're blasting a licensed product that is in the prototype stage. Ben's gonna love this because I'm throwing out a limb here for Hot Toys, so he's gonna try to recruit me here. But I'm
to the cult.
Unacceptable. I'm sorry. No disrespect to him. You see it in the video. No disrespect to his family. But this is business. This is collecting. Family's family. Business is business. That's how it works. So it's nice that you have your family helping you and stuff, but you can't say, "Oh, it's a beautiful business, business run by a good family and everything," and then collectors who should be your extended family as well because they're buying your product, getting damaged product, and you're not replacing it. I can understand if this was the one situation. Then I'm reading the YouTube comments. I'm like, shit, this is something that's reoccurring.
I think you got some messages as well.
I got some messages, yeah.
Yeah, Carlito says Jazz Inc. As a company was never like this. I feel the community coming to their defense and sweeping legit issues under the rug has influenced the changes to their business practices.
Well said. Yeah.
Irwin says low batch and premium pricing for a scanned-up Black Series vehicle. They should definitely take care of all their customers. Doc Smizzle, I canceled all my Jazz Inc. orders in response to the company's behavior as of recently. Vintage Rebellion, I think this is a bit overanalyzed. Check out the screen-used Stormtrooper helmets from A New Hope. They look worse than the current Hasbro Black Series one. One-off and limited stuff has defects. I'm sorry, Vintage, but I don't agree with that at all. If you're talking screen-used helmets from A New Hope, yes, those have issues, but that's also because that movie... the production for that movie was very low quality. Yost is going to the level to get like the highest quality references for these products that he's making, and that's why a lot of people really enjoy what he's making. He's really doing the research to make these look as good as they do. And I, for one, maybe you guys on the panel don't agree, but if I'm spending $300-400 on something and it comes damaged, I expect it to be replaced. I can, and I've said this many times on CW, just because I can fix something, I still don't feel like I should be the one having to buy the putty, buy the material, spend the time, get the paint.
Buy putty? What?
Yeah, to me, it's
how do you expect the average person to buy putty and fix that?
And like I said, I would consider myself like a medium to high level hobbyer, and even I would be a little... I think I could do it, but it would certainly... not look as good as this.
I mean, it did happen to you, right? With your T-Rex.
Yes. So there we go. Yeah.
Was it the tail was chipped or something?
Yes. So Iron Studios T-Rex from Chronicle Collectibles, the tail was chipped at the end. Fortunately, the piece was there. So I had to repair that. And Chronicle refunded me $200, which was 1/3 the price of the piece. And they also offered as an alternative... they also offered as an alternative to pay for the shipping both ways, to have their in-shop artist, like the person that paints their masterpieces, to fix it and then overnight it back at their expense, which was very expensive.
I know why they went out of business.
Well, to be honest, Iron Studios is a big reason why they lost like $100,000.
Oh, was it? Is that why?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
They've. Yeah. I mean, we could say it now. It was supposed to be off the record then, but they're out of business anyways. Yeah. But yeah, they said they lost a ton of money from the Jurassic Park license.
Yeah, of course.
Because Iron Studios just didn't package their products correctly.
That sucks.
But that's kind of what you expect, right? Like, I understand if maybe you don't have these things lying around because you're small batch, you're making what people order. I get it, but then you got to offer an alternative, right? Like, we'll ship it back to us. We'll pay for the shipping. we will fix it, and you'll get your item back the way you should have got it. Like, not, oh, fuck, well, just go buy some putty and fix it yourself. It's like, excuse me? Like, I'm buying a very premium product here, $300-400, not including the shipping, which is probably from the Netherlands another $200 or $300. Like, absolutely not. Like, there's just no world in which case that is appropriate.
So I've never bought anything from Jazz Inc., so I'm not necessarily backing them by any stretch, but I'm just curious, like, are we only seeing this comment and having this gut reaction, or did we get a chance to see a screen grab of the conversation back and forth between Yost and this collector?
We didn't, but look at the YouTube comments.
The threads were deleted.
Exactly.
There was a lot of comments that we could see notifications for.
I don't
but
disagree that. I don't think it's been bad. I don't think it's been handled well. I agree with that. I think if he's got moderators that are being kind of bullies and stuff like that, I don't think that is right at all. But just being somebody who's been in customer service for a very long time, the customer definitely always feels like they're in the right, and there is always two sides to every story. And so every time I read something like this, I still read it with a bit of a grain of salt. Maybe there was a misunderstanding here. Maybe Yost tried to give him some fixing tips, not realizing that this guy felt this passionate about it. I don't think that it's right, and I agree with you guys in the sense of these are extremely expensive premium items. So the expectation should be that they come in pristine condition. But again, maybe there was an misunderstanding, and I agree with you guys also that, like, you know, there's been a lot of comments that have come since. So it's tough to argue that there's not some kind of consistent thing going on here. At the same time, it's really easy on the internet to get gang mentality going, to get people to back you on something that you feel passionate about, even if you're full of shit. And so I'm not saying that this guy is, and I'm not saying...
Wow, I think that's crazy.
To that point, though, the other way is also true, because a lot of times in that group, we've seen genuine concerns, and like another commenter mentioned a little while ago, swept under the rug because a lot of people really are big fans of what he's doing. Oilers Workshop says, I can tell you right now, he don't want to do it. Why he doesn't want to do it, it's clearly cast as one piece. He would need to ship an entirely new one. He probably doesn't have the extras at this point.
I want to get this guy. I want to get a hold of this guy.
Says that the grill is part of the body, which is a bad design. Carlito says, to Yost's defense, the defects are to be expected on handmade products like the ones Jazz Inc. makes, but at the prices they are charging, they should make good on the QC issues. I'm sorry, if I got a Batmobile and a chunk of the hood was missing, I would be furious.
2K plus?
I got the Falcon cockpit.
And as I said, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that there usually is two sides to every story. I would be curious to see the conversation from the other side. And honestly, if I think it's the lack of transparency that's becoming really concerning here. And if people are getting bullied or squashed and not having their customer service issues resolved, then they need to find a better way to be able to address this, because otherwise they're just going to lose supporters, just like we're seeing in the chats.
Can you read? Oh, sorry. Can you read that quickly, Zach? What the post was?
My sand speeder arrived with a slight defect on the grill. Yost suggested I use Vallejo putty to fill the area. I wasn't sure if it would be dense enough to make the repair. Are there any other suggestions? And what he was looking for is like product suggestions to repair that issue there. It's
I just don't want to hit the jump to conclusions, Matt. That's
because he didn't have this guy didn't have animosity.
No, but
he didn't have animosity because he made a post that I saw after.
Is there a way I can fix this? And he might have just given the suggestion, not realizing that the full impact of what that would be perceived as.
So how about the rest of the people then that commented?
No, that's why I'm saying they definitely need a much better transparent way of addressing these complaints and issues with their.
And if that was the case, why not come out publicly on the Facebook post and why delete it?
100%.
Yeah, I think deleting.
I think the way they've handled it is a miss. I think that seems sketchy.
So we can't back them up.
That's true, because
in my opinion,
because 100% Yost could have been like, okay, what do you want to do? And the guy's like, well, I think I could fix it myself. What do you recommend? And Yost says putty, right? That very well could be the case. That Yost put out some suggestions, and this guy was like, okay, I'll just do that, and then ask the community. But then to have that post go south the way it did, and then start deleting things, and then other community members are now upset and posting elsewhere, it's like, well, then this is clearly an issue that maybe, like you said, could have been handled like way differently.
Way better.
It's a mess.
Because I also think there is a community of people out there that do try to get free shit, and if they can jump on the bandwagon of negativity and maybe get some free shit out of it, like that's why I say there is at least two sides to every story.
You're not wrong, Ben, but there's also a lot of people in the comment section of John's video that, I mean, at least from what we've heard, appear to have like concerns, right?
Ben, there's guys. Sometimes things need to be said. I find a lot of the problem with the community, it's like they said, a lot of things get swept under the rug. Yeah, people take advantage of everything. People at the grocery store, people in life, people take advantage of it. But there are things that need to be brought to light that haven't been brought to light, and not everything is a positive. You can't. You can turn a negative into a positive, sure, but you can't just go around saying, "Oh, well." All that positivity, rainbows. There has to be,
but he's not saying that though. I mean, I think he's just saying,
well,
like he was saying, like Dean was saying, he could have said, "Hey, how do I fix this?" And fix it with putty. I'm all the stuff that's come out after there. 100% needs to be brought up, needs to be whatever. But I agree with Ben that this is a find out all the facts, and then it's probably 99.9% going to end up exactly the way it did. No, that it was just. He didn't want to return it or whatever for sure, but it's kind of like this whole what happened with Thor Love and Thunder, right? Like some people said they hated it, the whole fucking everybody globbed on that it's the worst movie ever made. Taika Waititi, whatever his name is, should be banned from ever making a movie ever again. And then you talk to everybody that's seen it since, like Dean and everybody, it's like, oh yeah, it's fine, it was funny, it was like whatever, you know what I mean? So I just think it's the whole gang mentality that I was talking about, I think can be a thing. But I do think that they shouldn't have deleted that. Should have kept up all the posts and everybody talking about it.
Keep it really open.
I think, you're saying this is a gang mentality. So you're comparing a movie. Okay, I'm just gonna give up because I just can't anymore. I can't. I think I'm in that twilight zone. I'm telling you, man.
I mean, you always say.
I mean, if you can't debate it without getting a little feisty.
Okay,
there, John,
Ben, don't start with me, Ben. Trust me. Trust me today, Ben. You don't want to
put it out there.
You don't want to start with me because we're live.
We've had Yost on before. I mean, I think if we wanted him to come on, I don't think that would be a problem. But
he doesn't have to come on. He can make a statement.
I think what we're doing is we've seen something. We're providing, what we've saw, what people have told us. I think with the company, I've been upset about. Specifically for me, I think the thing that's been upsetting me most is the way that he's referring to these also other unlicensed companies as knockoffs. And it's just very out of character. And, I'll be honest, I don't know that I'm particularly interested in having Yost on at the moment. But, if there's another side to this, maybe. But I don't know. I think with John's video, we were pointing out some issues that we had seen. We got a lot of people that have had a lot of problems. I don't know that having Yost on is really going to, unless it's going to fix all these problems that we've heard of.
Yeah, unless he's going to come out and say, I'm going to replace everything and give everyone's money back and fix it. Yeah, we don't need to have him on. But to say it's gang mentality when it's people coming out on the YouTube comments and saying that they've experienced the same issue, I don't know. I don't understand how that's gang mentality.
I think you're focusing too much on that one comment. I think we're saying that it's easy for any community. I know you had an issue with the movie or whatever. Any community to jump on the bandwagon of this. I think that all the stuff that has come out should be treated as real and all that stuff. But not everything's nefarious. You know what I mean? And so to treat it, as all 100% bad or all 100% good is not. I think what me and Ben are saying. I think it's saying that it very much
just
well could be, and
some nuance.
Just grain of salt.
Yeah.
And
so
and to be fair, John, I didn't read I haven't seen your video yet, and I haven't read all the comments. So maybe I would have a bit of a different perspective if I read everybody's comments and I could see some of the sincerity there. I haven't had a chance to see that. All I can see is I don't want to, as I said, jump to conclusions, Matt, without having the full picture. And if the full picture is a bag of shit, well then I'm right there with you, man.
Let's move on to Summer Showcase. I I'm curious what you guys thought of it. We have some photos here we can cycle through. Better look at Kenobi. Some people are saying the portrait looks better. I don't really know, to be honest. I think it still has some problems. Also, a first look at the Darth Vader with the diorama base, which I think looks really fantastic. I initially thought this was just going to be a redo of the Rogue One Vader, but that COD looks a bit different. Obviously, with Kenobi, they're showing you everything in the box. With Vader, it's just Vader. So I would really, really hope that there's going to be some battle damage parts here. That half Anakin portrait would be fantastic.
They have to.
Yeah, if they don't, to me, that's a huge, huge miss on this figure. They also have a little bit of a diorama here with the N1 Starfighter from Book of Boba Fett, the Jawa, the Gonk Droid, R5-D4. This one's interesting because Hot Toys made, they've shown things like this in the past, but they made like an actual video detailing the dimensions of this model and some of, highlighting some different photos of it. So a lot of people think that they may actually be producing this. It is massive. If the size of that Mando is any indication, this thing's going to be huge. So it'll be interesting to see if Hot Toys does do that. We do have some great listener takes from Marco. Could be here tonight because of some stuff with Gigi and her first trial, and then also from Mark Phillips from the Patreon chat. So we'll listen to those here in a bit, but I know Marco had a really interesting thought about this piece in particular. Better look at R5. First look at the Vulture. Definitely an interesting piece there. Quarter scale Mark 6 Iron Man, one of the best armors in my opinion. Then we also got looks at Wolverine and the Listerine Iron Man, and the No Way Home display, which includes that new Lizard, the same Doc Ock portrait, which is kind of disappointing, and then our first look at the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And yeah, that's if you guys want to talk about any of these photos, I can cycle back and forth, and whenever we're ready, we can play some of our listener responses.
What about the N1 Starfighter specifically made you people think it was going into production?
First off, time out. What do you mean by you people?
Seems a little racist.
Who said that?
You said what makes you people think that?
Did I?
Yeah. You fucking bigot, bro.
Well, I think I meant you, and then I was like, well, you said people, so I then switched it to people.
Because Hot Toys, yeah.
So what is it about you people?
Yeah, well, the Latins, if I assume you speak of.
No, I'm
let
not.
me. Well, you're like
Don't you dare.
You're
Don't, Zach. We don't need to cancel anymore.
Anyways, Hot Toys put out, I'm trying to pull it up real quick, a little video to go with it, which I've never seen them do that for like the Falcon cockpit or the Jedi Starfighter. Let me see if this is it here. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, if you guys want,
1/6.
here we go.
1/6. I'll be shocked if they said 1/12. Then you'd see it coming like they're doing the Batwing.
Yeah, so this is what they showed. Jesus, sorry about that. And it looks fantastic.
That's the thing. Why? I hope they make it. I really hope they make it because they're giving us measurements. They're giving us everything. They're giving us the video. To not produce it.
But look, with the interior shots,
everything. Look,
like that's why do this if you're not gonna make it? You know what I mean?
Well, ramblings were that our buddy that we were just talking about was talking about doing this. So.
Oh, was that video that you sent me?
No, I didn't send you anything. No, that's someone else. That's another thing. But I heard.
Oh yeah, I don't want to talk about that because I don't.
No. I heard the person. I heard that Jazz Inc. was looking at doing that possibly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't heard that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, going back to the summer showcase though, is there anything you guys want to highlight?
I guess
the Batwing, that was it.
I guess the fact that they do have that video maybe bumps it up from a 0.0% chance of them making it to maybe like a 2% chance, but that thing's huge, man. It's what, 6 foot wingspan, something like that, or 6 foot long.
It's quite large.
Yeah. That's big, dude. Like, I don't know how anyone would display that.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, this is the 1/12 scale Batwing from 1989 Batman.
This makes 0 sense to me.
What?
It's
Well,
a
they don't
bat,
make
it's a
1/12
wing.
scale figures, so why the fuck would they make?
They
them?
do.
Who's
They
making that noise?
So they made
Jesus.
they made the bat, and they included the 1/12 figures to go with it. The Batman and Selena Kyle. To go
Remember in the third Nolan trilogy film, that like hover thing that he had? They
Bat-
made that in 12th scale.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it
they
came with
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pull it up right
a long time ago. And it came with the small. Look at the acrylic base there with the Batman.
Jesus, could someone blow their nose? Jesus.
Yeah, what
Christ.
is that?
What is that noise?
I don't
Ben,
know.
is that you?
It's not me. I don't think so.
Someone's got a mean sinus going on.
I'm on mute.
Jesus.
I'm on mute. So
Jesus.
I was on mute too.
I just started breathing, and it's not me. I don't.
You just started breathing? Oh boy.
Well, I went on mute and was like really giving it my all.
This here.
I think it was
Yeah,
John.
this is.
It wasn't me, but sure. There. So they included the 1/12 figure.
I've
I've
seen this. It's
never-
huge.
Yeah.
I have no
Alien
idea.
World used to have one on display.
How are
beautiful.
they? How are there 1/12 scale figures?
I don't. Dude, we're not talking about that right now. We're just Jesus,
I
you
want
asked
to
all these
know.
questions.
If you're gonna be paying that kind of money for a vehicle, the figure better be fucking good. Or it's like, oh, I'll just go buy a fucking, $20
McFarlane or
NECA
something.
figure. Yeah.
Yeah. No. But this looks cool.
Would be cool to put that Batwing up on like a wall with a light in behind it, so you could try and make it look like the moon when he, like when the Batwing goes up in front of the moon. That'd be cool. I like it. Be an expensive
I don't like
setup
this
though.
portrait at all. It looks bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
It
Someone
looks like
said
that
this-
guy from Mystery Men with the shovels.
Swollen. Oh my god.
it's
I
just-
love Mystery Men, dude. It's such a good movie.
Also, shout out to the 85 people watching. You guys are great. 5 tickets to the Minions Rise of Gru. I can't stop saying that. Every time I see that photo, that's the only thing I can think of.
5 tickets.
Ooh, the
Zombie Strange is like
looks good.
47 tickets to
looks
the
real
Minions
good.
It
Rise of
looks
Gru.
good though.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I can't stop.
I think the Spider-Man
stop.
display was pretty cool too. I think that like they did that really well with like the different
Yeah,
like,
you're totally right.
all the cool stuff.
Apparently, this C-3PO figure, well, yeah, the arm fell off during the convention and everyone was upset. But these are prototypes. They're not meant to, they're meant to just look nice. I imagine they're not like fully functioning figures. But it was really janky on this.
Oh,
It's,
there's
like, taped
Buzz.
together. Oh, Jesus Christ. We got Cos babies. We don't want to talk about that.
Yay. I like Cosby.
Anyways, anyone else have anything they want to?
William H. Macy. That's 100%.
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
Yeah, that's a good call, Doc.
Wow.
Holy shit. It does look like William H. Macy.
That's what when I just saw that
Yeah.
photo, and I haven't watched
That's
a
a
movie
really
with that
good
guy in a
call.
long time.
I didn't know the reference, but when you said his name, I was like, oh my God, it does look like William H. Macy. Yeah, I'm super excited for this Boba Fett. That's about it. Are his fingers red there?
It looks like it.
Are they supposed to be red? I think they're just
they
black.
They look black.
No.
The one holding the
grip-
gun, the blaster.
The barrel, right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
You hate to see it. Cad
I'll look
Bane
up
looks
William
pretty
H.
lame.
Macy.
If the Cad Bane, or if the, not Cad Bane, Cad Bane's
Yes, William H. Macy is perfect.
the,
Yes.
what's his name? The one at the top there?
Cobb Vanth.
Cobb Vanth.
Cobb Vanth, thank you.
Vance
If that
configuration.
does not come with what's his face head sculpts, like there's no point in owning this figure.
100%.
Well, that was the same thing with the Marvel one they're doing, the Vulture. Does it come with a portrait? What the fuck? Come on, it should come with a portrait.
Yeah, especially since the Peter Parker came with the Vulture helmet.
Yeah.
You would think like, yeah, it should absolutely come with this.
I'm too negative.
Oops. I'm trying to. Someone just said that Sideshow dropped the Cad Bane, so I'm trying to see if I can pull it up real quick before we.
Which
get our
Cad Bane?
movie
The
of
Hot
the week.
Toys or the?
No, the one they were doing, I think.
Oh.
69.99.
Star Wars Universe. Let us know if it's actually up for pre-order because we talked about it earlier, but that was like the teaser. Wow, it got real quiet.
I'm trying not to whistle into my microphone.
Jesus Christ, what was that?
Oh, it was you? Was it your nose?
Was that you?
What happened?
It wasn't me. I don't know. Well, maybe it was. I don't know. Too much
Jesus.
Canadian green on my end. Don't worry about it.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think it's up for pre-order yet. I see it on the coming soon. I wish it would be coming never, to be honest.
Jeez.
Anyways, pause. Our movie of the week was Batman Forever. Batman faces off against two foes: the schizophrenic, horribly scarred former district attorney Harvey Dent, aka Two-Face, and the Riddler, a disgruntled ex-Wayne Enterprises inventor seeking revenge against his former employer by unleashing his brain-sucking weapon on Gotham City's residents. As the Caped Crusader also deals with tortured memories of his parents' murder, he has a new romance with psychologist Chase Meriden. This was Marco's movie of the week. Ooh, actually, we have to play our little clips after this. Someone remind me to make sure I play those. I will be honest. This is a bad movie, but I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah.
And I will also say this movie could be so great, but holy Jesus, anytime it gets any momentum going, there's like some stupid one-liner that just totally, or like a weird special effect that just totally takes me out. The opening scene, he's getting ready, he's fucking suiting up and shit, pulling out all the, grapple things from the armory, and he's like, "Sir, can I get you to take a sandwich, please?" And it's like, I'll order food to go. And then it's like, well,
I'll get takeout.
No, drive-through.
Yeah, drive-through.
Oh,
like,
drive-through.
wow,
Yeah.
that whole like really cool thing was just ruined. Or he's like, coming in from the roof and flying, and the guy's like, "That landing was hot," or something like that. And it's just like totally like anytime something awesome happened, there was some really stupid thing that just like was said or done that just totally like just screeched the movie to a halt for me. And it's a shame. I think Val Kilmer is an okay Bruce Wayne. I think he's a pretty decent Batman. Tommy Lee Jones, you could tell he's having a fun time. Jim Carrey, I think, steals every scene that he's in. This could be a really great movie, but there's nuggets of greatness, right? But it's just held back by just these small things that happen every few minutes. This movie, for me, growing up, I think this was probably the Batman that I saw the most as a kid. I remember the acrobatic scene in the circus. That was what I remember watching as a kid, and just being like, "This Robin is way too old." Even as a kid, I was like, "This is like a grown ass man. What are you talking about here?" And I remember watching this movie quite a bit. I think it probably gets more hate than it deserves, but it's definitely not a great movie. But I had fun watching it, right? And I guess that's the point, What do you think about it, Dean?
How people, when you criticize like a Star Wars movie, like the sequel trilogy, like, well, they didn't make this movie for you. They made it for the kids. This movie was made for kids. This movie was fucking stupid, bro. When the opening scene, when he hits the guys with like the taser things, and like they start getting electrocuted, and the sound effect is it's like, bro, this is some goofy ass. This is 100% for children. This movie is made for kids. Because you can't point to instances like that in like the sequel trilogy, right, where it's like overly goofy. But this movie, like you said, when something kind of cool happens, instantly cuts back to somebody saying some dumb shit that it's definitely aimed for kids to laugh at, because only kids would find it funny. I was in like physical agony watching this movie. Jim Carrey is the only thing that makes this movie watchable. That and Nicole Kidman, because dear God, that woman is beautiful. But holy shit, even like Two-Face, what's his name?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones, like, I mean, seeing that great actor, arguably one of the greatest actors alive today, like reduced to this is just unwatchable, bro. No, absolutely not. This is one of the worst things we've watched on this show.
God damn it.
Without a doubt. I would rather, and this is not even a joke, I would rather watch Richie Rich than this movie.
Hey.
Wow. Wow.
We got a super chat.
So
Dom Mathon.
bad, bro.
$2 super
Dom
chat.
Mathon.
Mediocre film, good soundtrack. What a guy.
there
What a
you go.
fucking guy.
Let me just jump in with one quote here before John goes. I think, Zach, you said that, whatchamacallit, that it looked like Tommy Lee Jones was having a great time working on this
Apparently
film.
he wasn't.
No, and yeah, because this is a thing that my friend had told me once. I guess, yeah, Jim Carrey went up to him in like a restaurant and said like, "Hey, what's up?" Da-da-da. And I'm reading a quote right now. And he went in for a hug, and Tommy Lee said, "I hate you. I really don't like you." And Carrey said, "Hey man, what's the problem?" He's like, "I cannot sanction your buffoonery." So he definitely did not have a fun time working with Jim Carrey on this movie. So
Oh my God,
yeah.
can you imagine?
So
Anyways,
awkward.
sorry.
It didn't do well, guys. 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb. This is the worst Rotten Tomatoes score I think I've ever seen. 39%. Surprisingly, 4.4 out of 5 on Amazon.ca.
They want us to talk about
There's nothing
Kiss
wrong
from a
with
Rose.
Canadians.
They want us to talk about Kiss from a Rose. I mean, it's a
Seal?
good. I mean,
Seal, buddy.
come
You
on.
gotta love
Was that in this movie? I thought that was.
This
I
is
thought it
more
was
like a
the
kiss
next
from a
one.
chocolate star.
Yeah, that's the next one, bro. Come on.
No, but
Come
this
on,
does
equal.
say Batman Forever, Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah, it's like part of
Really?
this theme. I think it's part of the soundtrack. Yeah. Like it's like if you bought this, like I had the CD as a kid.
Yeah,
It was on
exactly.
there.
Ben had the Seal poster on his wall.
Seriously though, I grew up.
That's a
I
big
personally,
codpiece.
1995. I grew up with this. Like when I was a kid, I was what 4 years old. Was I 4? I don't remember. 4. 91, 95. Yeah, 4. This is the movie. I had the cassette. Played it. I used to stay at my grandparents' house. We keep playing it. Fun as a kid. You watch this as an adult, and you just want to bury your head in the sand.
I had fun.
Like it's
I
fun.
genuinely had fun.
And no, like it's a fun movie, and I like what Jim Carrey did. Why is he laughing?
It's just so bad.
I like what Jim Carrey did, but I don't like when his face gets deformed after, and it's all fine. It's like no, definitely not my Two-Face. But as a kid, it's fun. I just have emotional attachment to this because I remember, when you go to you lose a tooth, you put your tooth under the pillow to get something. You get like a Kinder Surprise, or you get something. And
John
I
will
got
get a cod piece.
I got that. I got that Batmobile as a kid,
What?
like the little,
Your
the
Tooth Fairy gives you toys?
Yeah, I got a toy.
We
so
get
it was cool.
greenbacks here. We get greenbacks here. Dude, when I first saw Robin on the damn zip line, I was like,
Damn, boy, he's
But no, this is you can't watch this as an adult. Now I know why Marco wasn't here today.
Dude, when his fucking parents hit the ground, bro.
That was the best part.
It actually was more like. Because there was 3 of them.
Holy shit, bro. Oh my god.
Clip that.
Clip that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
How about when Robin got hit? What sound did that make? Jesus she freaking evaporated, man. I'm like, no way.
Holy shit. I'm dying. Oh my god.
Rock and roll.
They want us to pick Batman and
I'm
Robin.
in literal
Don't
tears.
do it. Whoever's
Ben,
next pick it is,
Please
don't
do it, Ben.
What, Batman and Robin? Oh my god.
That's even worse.
Some of the Mr. Freeze puns. Oh my god. Go ahead, John.
Everybody
Go ahead.
chill.
John didn't get to finish.
No, I'm done.
Go on.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
I'm with Zach. I mean, it was fun enough. It's not good. Jim Carrey was great. It was fun enough to watch. I watched it with my kid, so I was only half paying attention, but yeah. Yeah, the part that caught me off guard was when at the end when he got his new suit or whatever, his sonar suit, and he was suiting up again, like you said, Zach. He was suiting up and like looks all cool, grabbing all his shit, and then it turns around and his ass with like the thong in the middle or whatever. It's like, come on, man,
Christ.
you don't got to do this. But it was watching it now because I don't think I've watched it since it came out, or maybe
It's been a long time.
Yeah, watching it now and now that's not like juxtapositioned right after Batman Returns or whatever this came out, as a sequel. It was a little bit less jarring, but it's still not good. Jim Carrey was doing everything he could to be Jim Carrey in that movie, and that was like peak Jim Carrey time. So
it really was.
He was good in it, but yeah, everything else was super campy and all that stuff, which I guess is meant to be. But yeah, not good, but it was fun enough. Better
Paul
than Batman and
Schreiber
Robin.
with the $20 super chat. This is for the soundboard. Yeah, I hope you guys liked it. I think it could be really cool. And speaking of the soundboard, Ben, real quick, what is your movie of the week for next week?
Shit, I didn't know it was on me, so give me.
Oh
I can do Batman and Robin, but I don't know if we want to watch that.
Like that. Okay, so we have
It's Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Think about that. You got about 3 minutes. Okay, so I wanted to try something, and I want to do this like every week, because I think it's important. John's always big part of getting the community involved. I think this is a really cool use of the soundboard function. So we put it out to the Patreon chat. If anyone had any thoughts on Summer Showcase, we had 2 Patreonies give us some clips to play. So let's hear from Marco first.
Here are my Hot Toys Summer Showcase 1-minute thoughts. First, we got to start with the Naboo Starfighter. Folks are saying I'm crazy for thinking they might release this, but I think when people started paying about $1,000 for the HasLab Razor Crest, it kind of sent a signal to the market, that these ships are iconic for Mando, and there might be a market there. So I'm thinking they're going to do it, and it looks phenomenal. Next, let's talk about the Days of Future Past Wolverine. Hot Toys kind of flexing the tech they want to implement, such as the genuine leather jacket, the seamless forearms. Really love to see it, and I think that's a must-have, although it's kind of a weird release because I'd rather have the Logan version. Next, let's talk about the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, the sculpt is not quite there. I think Hot Toys ultimately gets it tightened up, and the figure is going to be a must-have. LED chargeable lightsabers, come on. We got to get that retroactive on all the other releases that haven't come out. Something that folks have been asking for a long time. I will say the Vulture also looks great. Without a Michael Keaton head sculpt, though, it'd be a hard pass for me, but I really do hope they release it and come out with a competitive price because it's just such a cool looking figure and kind of sending another signal to the market that they will do more of these larger diorama pieces. Also, the Vader from Obi-Wan Kenobi, looking for some battle damage pieces like a lot of folks are saying. I think ultimately they'll give us a version, if not this one, with the half damaged sculpt because it's kind of a no-brainer here. So a lot of great stuff. Has everyone finally buzzing again after 2 weeks ago everyone was down on Hot Toys, couldn't give away your collection. Now everyone's all back in. So really liking what I'm seeing so far.
That just made me miss Marco. Is that weird to say? You're muted. Sir.
Oh, yeah, I told them to give me a 1-minute clip, and he gives me a 1:45 clip. Classic, Marco. Classic. And then also Mark Phillips, fellow Canadian here.
Hi, Mark Phillips from Montreal. Hot Toys Summer Showcase definitely had a lot of surprises, a lot of disappointments. What I liked was the Wolverine, Kenobi, the Spider-Man stuff, the Batwing. I did pre-order the Kenobi and Cat Bane. Still on the fence about getting the Neo. Have a good night.
What a guy. We also have another super chat from Dalmaton. 6 seconds with Fern confirmed for next week.
I don't think in a whole show he speaks for 6
That's
seconds.
why we did. Didn't we say that on Club? Someone said that in the chat on Club, and they're like,
love to see it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Equan says we need a new segment, Fern's blockbuster pick. So yeah, it looks like both of our Patreonies that give us the voice clips were excited about some things, and I think Marco makes a great point though. If Hot Toys is seeing $1,000 vehicles being sold for HasLab, or sees Jazz Inc. Diorama's doing very well with $1,500 vehicles, I mean, Hot Toys has got to be thinking like, man, there's got to be some sort of market out there for these kind of large scale vehicles. So it would be interesting. Like Usby said, the chance is like 1%, but it's not 0%. And you know what they say, collections are built on hope. Let's bring back the graphics here. And Dean, can we say thank you to the people that keep the channel going?
Yes, the 3 pillars, as John says. Give a quick shout out to Sean Fear, Ian CB, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre. No. Yeah, sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Quinn Aguirre. I'm sorry. I've read the list so many times that I was ahead of myself. King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Shriver, James Colley, Equan, Chris Valencerino, Ben Thomas, Chris Liddy, David Jones, Sam Giss, Daminator, Joao Bretta, sweet Danny Lee. I'm going back. I don't even remember why I was mad at him. Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Krett, Big Fern, King Zach, Susan Mariquin, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bomoski, Rick DeGregorio, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, The Illustrious Rainer, Alad Morgan, Tukathri Wa, Derek B., Carlos Saavedra, Matt Clevenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, Dalmaton, Jimmy James, Stephen Percha, Sean Usby, Jonathan Usby, sorry, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental, and you ready, Zach? Brenton Palmer.
Hey. We finally got Jamaican horns going. You love to see it. Yeah. Our July Patreon benefits is the CW Icon reissue sticker, which was like the most expensive sticker we've ever bought. It was so expensive. I don't know why. And the Collectors Club sticker. So it'll be the true first appearance of Club and the first time we've had this sticker released since I want to say like 2018. So it's been quite a while. Voted by the Patreonies. Ben's in an earthquake right now. I don't know what Ben's doing. He's like shaking over there. And then for August, this is like a work in progress, so don't hold me to this just yet. But Manny the Man Gonzalez designed this great Shrink Race sticker. If you watch CW, we know our highest praise that we can give for a sculpt is that it's a shrink ray. And I thought it was a fun counterpart to the Prince Zorbo sticker. So Dean, tell us about Prince Zorbo, because you're obviously the founder, the creator, and I want to hear about it.
Yeah, Prince Zorbo from Planet Yup Yup. He's a cool fucking little alien guy, and he loves you. So you obviously want to have him in your collection. Yeah, just a little character Zach and I designed on our drawing stream, Let's Draw, which we do every other Saturday. And we had tons of fun. That was a really good. It was, I don't even know why. I think Fern was like, draw an alien. And we were like, okay.
The 210.
Oh, yeah, Eric. The 210 was like, draw a gray alien. And you were like, what is a gray alien? I was like, yeah, they're your typical weird heads, large eyes alien. So got him throwing up the jumbo. And yeah, there he is. Prince Zorbo from Planet Yup Yup. The Yup Yup was Zach's.
Well, both were mine. I named him and gave him his planet.
No, I think I called him Zorbo.
No, I
we gotta go back.
I am the true Zorbo father. By your definition, that makes me the creator of Zorbo.
Okay, well then I am.
Well, no, let's not. Let's.
Oh, you hate to see it,
bitch. Now, Equan says, holy moly, fast turnaround for a Zorbo sticker. When I tell you we've gotten like 7 messages from people that are like, yo, can that be the next Patreon sticker for August? People liked Zorbo. The fans, John, they would have revolted if it was not.
I think so.
The sticker.
I would have expected them to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, when you have quality art like this, you got to strike while the iron's hot. And the Prince Zorbo sticker, or a t-shirt rather, is up on our TeePublic. Speaking of Patreon benefits, start at $5 a month, stickers sent straight to your door, and access to Ox After Dark Replay. The $15 tier is Figure Fix Assistance and a certified crispy certificate. $25 tier is doubles of all the stickers we send and one of our deluxe Pog sets, which is very cool. And yeah, next sticker should be going out here in the next week or so. Our YouTube channel members, we got Mojo Z78, OG Fan, Absolute Irwin, Bema, Test Just One, Mark Pearson, DK Avenger 702, Ben Thomas, OMFG Rick, Paul Schreiber, S Peam, Andrew Gibo, Andres IB, CC3PO, Daminator, Lemur Hernandez, Sam Gist, Carlito, Thomas Clark, CT603, Benjamin Hansen, Eddie Mendez, and Chris V. A bunch of angels there. Channel membership starts at 99 cents if you are a Patreon, or $2.99 if you are not. All that money goes right back into the show, so we appreciate your support. Looking at the network, we have CW Live, OFAC, which just went up on the podcast feed yesterday. Small Talk going live this Thursday, After Dark tomorrow at 10:30. Bricks and Brews, Ringcast, CW Live unboxing yesterday, which is a really cool unboxing, and we'll be doing a giveaway for that. It's one of our most popular shows. Collectors Club, John, you got some very big plans for Friday. We'll run them here in just 1 second. And then we also have Live and Let Dice going live on Saturday. Dean and I put up a video on one of our talking segments, Figure It Out, Support Your Mom and Pop Shops. Go check that video out, and if you can, leave us a comment with your favorite mom and pop shop where you live. Maybe we can throw some business their way. And then, John, you have a really cool live unboxing going on Friday. What do we got going on?
I'm going to try my best. We're going to be doing the third scale Thor by Legendary Beast, the statue. So for Club, I'm going to tie that into the show, and hopefully we'll see you guys all there.
Hell yeah. Congratulations on that. And it's definitely the place to be on Friday night, so be sure to check that out. I think it starts at 10 Central Time.
Correct.
For Club. We also have TeePublic. We linked it. We'll link it again. Prince Zorbo shirts up there. Some of the D&D chibis are up there. Lots of cool stuff. If you guys want to rock the swag, I recommend waiting for a sale, but your mileage may vary. John, can we plug our socials, please?
Yeah, on Facebook, we got Collecting Weekly, and also Collecting Weekly Auxiliary. Instagram, at Collecting Weekly, at Collecting Weekly _clips, and at The Everyday Collector as well. Be sure to be following those pages, guys.
Definitely. And reminding you guys one more time, our 2,000 subscriber celebration is right around the corner, sponsored by Off the Racks Collectible. We're giving away a Hot Toys Shore Trooper. To enter, subscribe to Collecting Weekly and Collectors Enabled on YouTube. Join the Collecting Weekly Auxiliary Facebook group, and then comment hashtag CW2K on the giveaway post. There's also bonus entries. I feel like we'll probably do one for Club on Friday. John, maybe we can figure out a way to do that. Maybe one for Saturday, get some D&D hype going. Now that we're nearing that milestone, it'd be cool to get some more bonus entries going for some people. Sam Gist is saying he needs that new This Week sticker. What I got to do? I will see what I can do, Sam. Sometimes Sticker Mule does where you can order like 10 stickers for like really cheap. If they send us a deal like that, I'll pick up some new This Week stickers, and we'll figure out how to get them into everyone's hands. I know you've been very patient with us in the past with some things, so we'll definitely work with you to get you one of those stickers. Shout out time. I want to give a shout out to Gigi, the Judgmental, because she is a wonderful human being, and she's been studying law for a long time, and this weekend, I think it's her first actual trial experience, and that's why Marco couldn't be here today. And we're very proud of her. And everything that she's done, and it's obviously a big accomplishment for her to be able to represent these people in this case. And we wish her all the luck. I think tomorrow's the big day, so wish her all the luck. Send them your thoughts, and it's a big thing for her. So we're very excited about that. And Marco didn't really do anything, to be honest. It's mostly just a Gigi shout out, if I'm being completely honest. But he's a good kid.
Marco.
Send me a minute 45 video. I asked him for a minute.
Go
Just
GG,
kidding.
you can do it.
Just kidding. He was Marco and Mark, two great guys. I put it out there. I wanted to keep it a little bit under wraps, so I was kind of vague in the Patreon chat because I didn't know if it would really work the way I thought it would work. I think it worked pretty well, and we'll definitely be doing this more often to get you guys. Not everyone has time to be on a 2.5 hour stream, but I think a lot of people do have time to drop a minute voice clip so we can play it on the stream.
Yeah. I have a shout out for Zach.
For moi?
A man can only admit when he was wrong and ask forgiveness.
Wow, what did I do?
You did name Zorbo.
Oh wow, you checked the tape.
Yeah, because
I think I had the name ready to go. You're like,
I called him something because It was like something goofy, and then you're like, "Man, your alien's so cool. I'm gonna call Zorbo." And I was like, "My alien or your alien?" And you're like, "No, your alien from Yup Yup." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, Prince Zorbo is
from Planet Yup Yup.
Yeah, but yeah, Eric did 2-0. He bought a shirt. I had a couple of people already buy the shirt. They sent me a message.
Yeah.
Who was the other one? It was Dinculio. He bought a shirt.
Niculio. Yeah. A few people bought stickers. I feel bad because we're making stickers. Like, guys, obviously this is a hit. We're gonna make a sticker of it. For sure, at least we're doing the Zorbo. The shrink rate, it just depends because it's kind of a different shape that I gotta make. But we're gonna have some really cool stuff coming up on Patreon. Of course, we got the 2,000 subscriber sticker right around the corner. So very, very cool things there. John, Ben, Usby, you have any shout outs you want to give?
The community as usual, guys. Thanks for leaving the comments on the YouTube videos. Always appreciate it. The support's always appreciated, especially when we're live. You guys rock.
I'll actually shout out John. So even though sometimes on the show, us Canadians, we get at each other a little bit, get a little heated. The other night I was bouncing some ideas off of him for my channel. And I was worried it was too similar to some of the content that he's done. So I wanted to kind of touch base with him and see if he felt that way. And he was very respectful, very kind, and honestly messaged me till like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
We were back and forth chatting and having a good time, having a bit of a laugh. And we were able to kind of land on common ground there. So as I said, sometimes on the show we go at each other a little bit, but there's only brotherly love there. I definitely care about you, buddy, and I appreciate the fact that you were willing to be messaging me at 4 o'clock in the morning about content you probably don't care much about.
No, anytime, man, anytime.
So I appreciate that for sure.
Thank you.
So Canadian, I love it. I love to see it. Bonding over maple syrup and action figures.
Pretty much.
Wow. The shout out I want to give is Stephen Kret. I was able to get. I missed it when it came out a long time ago, and I was able to finally get the Spawn Kickstarter 3-pack. So I bought his pristine condition. Showed up awesome. So thanks for him for that. Other than that, yeah, if any of the listeners or anybody like that are at STCC this coming week, yeah. Hit me up, stop me, whatever. Let's pal around. It's always fun to see people. So I'll be there all the day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I'll probably Sunday I'll probably feel like death, but other than that I'll be around. So I'll be zooming. So hit me up if you see me. That's it.
Nice.
Anyone else have any shout outs?
I was just gonna say, so we probably still need movie of the week before we sign off. And I've aspired to be able to fold laundry like Robin can. I've also wanted another representation of that Batmobile because it was pretty badass. Having said that, if you guys thought Batman Forever was bad, then I think we should watch Batman and Robin and have a real take on that shit. So let's see how she goes, and we'll talk about that shit next week.
Speaking of Robin,
he folds like a crazy man.
John, you started The Boys.
Yes, sir.
Ooh,
First episode.
That was a good segue. What did Robin say when she got hit by A-Train?
Oh, Robin, there you go. Yeah, that show's crazy, man.
Yeah, if you're only the first episode in, man, it starts out quick and it does not stop, man. Oof.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Episodes are long though, so I end up catching them pretty late. But no, it's a series you definitely want to follow.
I always have to do like a chaser, like something funny or something just something like very vanilla after I watch an episode because it's so so crazy.
Anyways, well, I want to thank everyone in the chat. You guys are all great, and I'm really excited to see some of that SDCC content, and hopefully we'll hit that 2,000 subscriber milestone soon. So thank you guys for tuning in, leaving all your comments, and for all the support with the memberships and the super chat. We definitely appreciate it. But anyways, I'm Zach. Oh, we lost you, Dean.
You got another one, super chat quick.
Oh, we did. Hang on, wait. Let me play the button. Also.
Damn, son.
Oh, damn it.
Who clicked the button?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Okay, that.
You love to see it. Yomo with the $5 super chat. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Thanks for the stream, guys. What a
Thanks,
legend.
Yomo.
Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Ben.
We'll catch you in the next episode.